All right, what's going on, guys? Another day in paradise. Here I am again. Got to show this channel some love. So, want to share a couple of things with you guys. I think it'll be useful. It will be impactful. I feel like you guys will get some value out of it. And I'll just, of course, provide my commentary as usual. I mean, that's why you guys are here. That's why you guys listen. So, let's check it out. What we got here. I'm not going to be up here all night. Like yesterday, I was like, did a 4 hour stream. Don't plan on doing that this evening. This is why this was kind of like unannounced. Just wanted to hop up here and show this channel some love. So we have here, see this video. This video was published, I think, like what, 5 months ago. 5 months ago, 177 views. Channel, it just popped up in my algorithm. It says here, man-made media TV. And of course, you can see a panel of black males. And what's the title? It says, "Will biracial kids be accepted by America?" Biracial kids, biracial people are the future of America in many regards. And what you see now is basically this kind of tug of war between the white and the black monoracial groups trying to find out what they're going to do with the mulatto group. Because historically, as we know, the past 100 years, they have positioned and maneuvered mulattoes to be subordinates to the black group. They're realizing now they cannot continue this whole situation. It's turned over upside of its head now. People know we're here, we're growing, we're prominent in society, in media, politics, all across the nation. So this idea of be accepted, right? The title here is, "Will biracial kids be accepted by America?" Well, biracial people are Americans. I'm an American. So it's like, accepted by who? And these are black males posing the question. And for me, I'm not trying to be accepted by them. That's me personally. But as we know, a lot of biracials, mulattoes, let's say specifically, are trying to be accepted by them. So that's their kind of issue. But they're talking about us, and I'm listening. And so now I'm going to provide my commentary on it. So join me, guys, in this discussion. You guys have any questions? Like I said, post a comment. And let's keep this conversation going. Right? Fair use.
They got their suntan lotion. They got their beach towels. We getting the white people. Even the white people from Europe come over here to lay up on our beaches in their Speedos. So yeah, July sounds like the right month for White History Month.
Oh, God. This sounds like a whole bunch of sunburns. You know what I'm saying? And chafing. So if that's the month they want, where they getting scalded and they need SPF 60, then have at it, white folks, because y'all gonna look as red as a darn plum. And then tell me, let's go a step further, Mr. Light.
Oh boy,
so if you mix,
that is hilarious.
Do you celebrate both now? Because I have mixed feelings about this. So now, if I'm a mixed person, do I celebrate?
He's saying if you're mixed, do you see? And they're going to jump into the discussion about mixed people, which is a hot topic in their community. He's saying if you're mixed, can you celebrate White History Month? Why not? It's part of your culture, your dual heritage, right? Why not? I mean, I was raised that way by my mom to celebrate the fact that I have German heritage. That was normal. My mom is proud of her German heritage, and she passed that down to me. That was something, it's like I was raised and born into that, being proud of who I am, part of my heritage. So, but it's funny, like this guy is posing this question about, well, what about the mixed people? He's saying he has mixed feelings. So he's kind of throwing his underhand kind of joke. And but the thing is, they already make their joke about their little Black History Month that was created by mixed people, right? They're basically today now they're telling you, well, you're biracial, you can only celebrate half of it, right? you know. And of course, you biracials, you love it, right? You love to be simps and get cucked by them. So I find it hilarious. But you talking about White History Month, yeah. I mean, if you're mulattoed, see, that's the thing. Like, and they're using the title biracial. We already know who they're talking about. There's a specific demographic they're speaking about, mulattoes. This is why the specificity is ultra important for me, because they'll say biracial, then the same confused former slaves, they'll turn around and be like, well, there's many different biracial people out here. There's black people in Asia mixed with Asian, there's whites mixed with this and that. Like, they purposely want you to stay in this kind of confused state. Part of them, like, that's their agenda. They know if you use the mulatto title and category, they know it ties you to your history and you'll liberate yourself from them. This is why, see, because they're talking about White History Month and these are a bunch of blacks, right? And then they're talking about mixed people and biracial. See, that's what I'm saying. The specificity is important because you eliminate all the confusion that the former slaves try to foist over you, right? I'm just here to provide some clarity. Here to provide some clarity in my commentary along with it. Let's continue on.
Break both July and February.
I have mixed reactions about your question right now.
You took a mix. Yes.
So you see, you already kind of know the angle right away that these individuals, there's a level of hostility they have towards mixed people in our existence, right? Mulattoes will say specifically, because when they're talking this mixed stuff, they're not talking about Hoppas or say a white guy or let's say a Caucasian, someone who's half Mexican and half white, which is very common in the Southwest of the United States, right? So they're not talking about those mixed individuals. They're specifically talking about mulattoes here. So I when I saw this, I already knew, oh yeah, there's like a ton of hostility they're showing, which, this is typical with them. This clip they uploaded was like a few months ago. So this is where we're at today. I'm just one dude trying to let these mulattoes know, hey, you want to get punked by them and cry about it, or do you want to start to build something uniquely that serves you? You let me know. Got an email address, got a Cash App, got an Instagram, got a YouTube channel. You let me know. Okay.
Yeah, my feelings are very mixed up about this because I really don't understand the mixing of races and how we mix these two notions of that since we got Black History Month, we need White History Month.
The thing that you guys are failing to understand is the reason for Black history is because they don't teach it. It's for.
And who is he talking about? They don't teach it, quote unquote, they. Whose responsibility is it to teach a group of people's history? See, they still have that slave mindset, and these are grown males. I'm not going to call them men because that respect they're going to have to earn that respect from me. So these are grown males, older than me. Okay. These are Gen Xers, they look like, in their 40s, whatever. So I'm sitting here thinking, like, the way this guy like talks about it, where, well, they don't teach our history. Who the hell is they? Your white massa? Who you work for? Who is they? How is it another group of people's responsibility to teach your history? You notice I don't get up here and blame white people or blame black people for not teaching our history. I point out the fact that a lot of these blacks, they want to co-opt and blackwash and steal your mulatto history. They'll outgroup you and try to make guard you, etc. Right? Try to punk you like they're doing with Drake. But at the same time, they'll claim all your wins, all the mulatto wins as their own. Oh, there was a black man who did that. We're looking at it like this is a mulatto, girl. What the hell? So I just point that out, the blackwashing. But I don't blame, I know that's why I created the channel, Mulatto History Channel. It is our responsibility to tell our story. My goal, my obligation is to reach people, to let them know, hey, you got a voice out here. You got people out here just like you. And we're going to share this information. A lot of this stuff, I'm learning it along the way. I didn't know. But people were telling me about the 1924 Racial Integrity Act. I learned that by navigating these different kind of mulatto spaces. I didn't know this stuff prior to like a couple years ago. I learned a lot just by interacting with all of you guys, listeners, viewers, commenters, etc. This is the whole goal of this community that I've established, to share this information, but it's on us to promote this and to spread the word to the world, essentially, because this is, international at this point. And it's our obligation, it's my job to help promote and share the history. It's not the white people's job, it's not the blacks' job, because the blacks, like I said, they want to steal your history, claim it as their own. And Very important stuff. Like I wanted to just pause and point it out because the way the guy tried to say, well, we need Black History Months because they don't teach our history. Like that sounds very defeated and slave like. Oh, they don't teach our history for us. They don't respect us. Massa, why don't you like me, Massa? Look at my dark skin and my big nose, Massa. I'm special, right?
Or time to reflect. You hear white history every day. You live white history every day. Everything here is about that. Everything in America is catered to that. So why
Yeah, because they're the ones who basically, developed the Constitution, paved the way. I mean, a lot of infrastructure projects. What the hell do you expect, right?
would they need something to remind us even more?
And they brought you over here just to use you to help them build their empire. Something that they don't understand. Like they think they're included in the whole, like, yeah, you're included, all right, as long as you help them with their operation. As soon as you kind of get out of line, then they have to course correct, right?
Of what they got. No, that's retarded. That don't make no sense to me.
Look, you don't got them worked up. You asked for the Christian part of it.
Hey.
You should have seen his face during the promo. Go back and look at your face during the promo. The way your lips was tooted up, bro. Listen, I hear you. I understand your position, Mr. T. But listen, if you're serious about this thing, then let's interweave it all together, right? So if you want the acknowledgement, let's have our history be acknowledged year round, and also let's have their history.
They do basically, at this point, have their history acknowledged year round. Can we agree on that? Because not only do they have Black History Month, which is February, they also have Juneteenth, which is and then MLK, they have a national holiday, MLK. Excuse me, that holiday is in January, I believe, right? So they have a national holiday, they have February, which is Black History Month, right? It's called Mulatto History Month because half of the damn, history they're talking about is mulatto achievements. And then they go into they have Juneteenth. So then in June they have another holiday. So it's like literally half of the damn year from January to June. They have mulatto, they have black, acknowledgments of their, of what they've contributed. So it's like the thing is you can't pander to them because it's never good enough. They're always gonna whine and cry. They want they want every day. They want you to kiss their butt every damn day. This is what it sounds like to me. Nothing's ever good enough. They got a whole month, 2 holidays, and they're still up here crying about, oh, we talk about white history every day, all this stuff. It's like you people got you people got to work as hard as they do. You got to organize as hard as they do. Don't be mad that they're on code. Because this is really what it is. When I analyze these males, specifically here, I'm looking at this little podcast they got going on. They're upset that the white males, okay, they're on code for the most part. Whatever industry endeavor they partake in, okay.
Be acknowledged year round. Let's have the Hispanics contribution. Let's have that acknowledged year round.
The Hispanics have in September, they have Hispanic Heritage Month. And of course, you have a common holiday here. They call it Cinco de Mayo, which is the 5th of May. So, like, there's a lot. And then they have Asian Pacific, Asian AAPI, I believe that they call it. Yeah, Asian American Pacific Islander kind of, month heritage, I believe. So, yeah, I don't recall the month. I apologize. Maybe I think it's in like March, if I'm not mistaken. Or I think March is Women's History. I don't know, man. They got like a Rainbow History Month for the LGBT. They got Women History. I mean, for the men, they have November. November is definitely Men's Health Awareness Month, so they do have that. There is some balance there as far as like the Women's Month, the Male Month. Okay, so that's fair. But yeah, they do have like a Asian American or Asian, yeah, American Pacific Islander. I just apologize, guys. I don't recall the month. The because they operate based off like the calendar from the Far East, and They have a bunch of celebrations and promotions and stuff like that. Let's continue on with this.
I'm all for having American history acknowledged all year round, irrespective of the ethnicity or the color of the individuals.
Man, you know what? I know you wanted that to be a Malcolm X moment, and what's his name? But let me tell you,
yeah. Hey, hold 1 second then. Hold 1 second.
I have a dream that one day
we all have White History Month. Y'all don't made this.
Yeah, I'm not laughing. It's not funny. Just typical court gesturism from the usual suspects. I just want to note the kind of all the alcohol and spirits he has back here. You guys notice that? Yeah. Bad Gemini. I don't know who these people are. I just saw the I think this popped up on my algorithm if I'm not mistaken. 5 months ago. Like I said, only 177 views, but what it is they clipped it from whatever live stream they have. It's a monetized channel. Look, join Man-Made TV. But yeah, they just probably just clipped a portion of their live stream and just said, "Oh, let's talk about the biracials. Or the biracial kids can be accepted." I'm not trying to be accepted by you people. Okay, this is the and I'm a biracial guy. I'm actually going to tag them in this video so they know that I know I'm watching you. Okay, no hate, no shade. Just you people talk about biracials. The biracials got the fucking microphone now, and we know, like I said, they're not talking about if they're white and Mexican or white and Asian or all this stuff. They're talking specifically about the mulattoes. Okay, because a lot of these mulattoes have been basically hoodwinked, and what's the term I can use? Just basically, underneath them in their communita in many regards. For a lot of we could say most, because I know there's a lot of these mulattoes who contact me on Instagram and stuff, and to them, they were never like they always knew something was not right. And these are the ones who they weren't like they didn't grow up in a hood stuck underneath these people, which I wasn't either. That's why I feel like those individuals, they connect with me in my content, my message, because they realize, hey, they're similar like me. They know that this arrangement where there's no reciprocity, there's something wrong going on here, where they literally want to absorb you. They want to label you as being different. Oh, they not like us. You don't act right. But they still want to claim your history and pull you in and use you so it can benefit them. It's very, very parasitic and bizarre situation, but we have to analyze it, guys. Like, if you don't say anything about it, but people hate me because people hate me because of the politics, the political. They don't like my stance or my kind of rise, the ascendance, etc. in this discussion. So people hate me for their own little kind of personal or political reasons, but you gotta start talking. You gotta have this conversation because they literally make these videos and streams. They think they can just talk about you and say whatever they want without any pushback. Okay. That's why I feel like it's obligated. I have to come out here and say something. I cannot sit back and allow them to continue to act like they're going to speak for us and about us. No, you don't. I'm going to tell you what's going on out here. Okay. And I have a lot of supporters, people listening. They're growing. This is only going to grow. Okay. They can cancel me. That's fine. There's going to be a rebirth. I'll go somewhere else. I'll build my own website. We're still going to march forward. Period. Okay. Fair use.
This man roll over in his grave 10 times. We ain't even halfway through the show yet.
This dude. I have mixed emotions about this because on one part, I definitely understand where CB Smith is coming from, but I definitely understand where my boy Mr. T is coming from. But back to the question that VG had at hand. How do biracial people react to this? Or do they?
Why is it that biracials are thrown in the discussion? A bunch of blacks on the panel. Okay. I know there's one of these drunk idiots who was upset because I refer to people as Bantus. So fucking what? Go mind your business. Be a drunk cunt somewhere else. Okay. I'm going to call people Bantus. I'm going to acknowledge people by their exact ethnic, cultural, and also phenotype. Okay. You don't like it? Tough. Go cry to go cry to the losers you hang out with. But like I said, notice this thing, like out of nowhere, this guy brings up biracials. And of course, the title, like I said, they clipped it from their stream. But I'm sitting here, they're talking about White History Month. They're just, joking around, kind of, podcasters, whatever. Why the hell are they bringing us into this? Like, but because they still look at you as being a subordinate. That's what a lot of these mulattoes don't get. Like, you deal with them. My whole situation, I'm telling people, look, make sure you get something out of the whole ordeal. Make sure you get paid by them, or they can entertain or dance for you or something. Make sure you get something. Because it doesn't make sense. Like, they're sitting here talking about you like the biracial kids are going to be accepted or biracial. Like, whoa, whoa, whoa. The conversation's about White History Month. And the other guy's talking about, well, they don't talk about our history. We need to talk more about Black history. Okay, that's cool. That's between you and white people. Why the hell are they talking about biracials now? See, now they're interjecting us into their whole conversation. And oh yeah, we're listening. We're watching now. Okay.
And just plead the fifth and just claim that they are Hispanic. Because technically that's what they are.
You see, that's their own confusion, trying to basically say that mulattoes are just Hispanic, technically. And that's also, they play that game with the Latinos. They literally think that Latinos are an extension to them, to the Africans. When a lot of these Latinos, they got more Spanish and European ancestry than they do African. Majority of, like, even Mexico is like a mestizo state. Are there Black Mexicans? Yes. There's also white Mexicans, mostly, like, but most of them are mestizo, Aztec and Spanish. And most of within Latin America, that's the predominant kind of population group, we can say. There's obviously pockets of indigenous and etc. Like even in Brazil, they're trying to claim there's all these blacks in Brazil. That's because they're lumping in the pardos into the black group. I'm gonna get more into that in the future because I have a collab actually in the works with a pardo advocate, and we're gonna talk more about that in the future. So that's going in the future. We're going to Brazil now. Okay, I'll be down in Brazil in a few months, so we're gonna be bringing that whole situation into this discussion as well. But yeah, they're trying to claim a lot of these mixed people in Brazil as black, right? Is a political tool to boost their numbers, the black numbers, right? For their black militancy, basically. Political agenda. But this guy's throwing shots, trying to say basically, oh, you're biracial, oh, you're basically just a Hispanic. What they're trying to see, they're trying to say is that you guys are all subordinates to the blacks. Like you guys accept, like, it's appalling. It's appalling. But like, I'm the bad guy because I pointed out only the biracial baby mamas have an issue with what I'm saying. Or if there's some black, I feel like it's mostly the biracial baby mamas. Okay. The drunk criminals and the biracial baby mamas that got bastard kids by some black guy. Those are the ones who have an issue mostly with this message, because I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, who else like has an issue with this? This is very cut and dry. Like, they're talking about you. So yeah, now it's my time, my job to respond back. This is what it is a response. Okay. I found this clip, so here I am.
Got a question. Well, not really a question. I got a statement.
Yes, sir.
Whenever there is a mixed child, whenever there was a mixed child, what are they consider?
Like, see that? He's got the drank he drank there, and he's got the dranks on the back wall. He's got the dranks on the back wall. He got some glasses on. They got sunglasses inside. They hip little podcasters, They probably got a biracial baby mama back there. Because remember, these guys, they use the biracial baby mamas, put a battery in their back to basically attack us, to tell us, hey, you're being a racist. That's all it is. Like, these guys hide behind females. And they always got some biracial baby mama, okay, on deck. They can put a battery in her back, wind her up and set her out here on social media to try to like check us or some shit. Like it's been ineffective since I've been on social media. These individuals end up making themselves look really fucking stupid, and then they turn around and cry and play the victim. I'm like, bro, you're fucking with the wrong dude. Go stay over there with Tyrone and Jamal. Stay over there. Don't come over here with what I'm doing. Okay. Just had to, lay that out there.
Mixed child. What are they considered? They're really not.
What are they considered? What are they considered? How is it your business? You're a black. We look at you, big nose, dark skin. We don't look the same. I'm mulatto. Okay. You have a gentleman in the chat who's Blaxican guy. I got mulatto women in the chat. Okay. We already know what we are. There's no confusion with us. We've accepted, we acknowledge, we look at the history. We're saying, well, we're mulatto or mulatto. We know who we are. The issue is you people, your confusion, former slaves. You don't know who you are. And you want to spread your confusion on us. And we're basically rejecting that. We're rejecting your philosophies and your notions. We're saying, no, you keep that over there where you're at. We're going to have our own situation over here. It's like they act like they care, but they don't care. They don't like you. Okay. They want to use you as a tool for their benefits. That's it.
Not considered to be white. They're mostly considered to be black. And what I heard was
he said you're not considered to be white. There is definitely a kind of racial purity that the whites have established. That's with the whole one drop rule. He said they're mostly considered black. In some cases, yes. In some cases, no. They have this kind of gradient or this, situation they call like passing. There's black passing, like a Lenny Kravitz. You guys know Lenny Kravitz, the guitar player. He's more so black passing, right? But then you also have another guitar player, mulatto. His name is Tom Morello. And he is not black passing. He's like kind of white passing. Or he's kind of Arabic passing. You can say that, right? The Bald Cat, Tom Morello, Rage Against the Machine. Also another guitarist, Slash from Guns N' Roses. He's kind of white passing, right? I mean, a lot of people kind of mistaked him for being Jewish because he kind of, he has like, a tan, kind of light beige skin, kind of curly hair. He wears a top hat a lot. You guys know Slash, Guns N' Roses, right? He's got a black mom and a white father, but he's more so white passing, right? Derek Jeter, right? Patrick Mahomes. So, like, it's not always, definite that you're just going to be considered black. You look at a guy like Slash or Tom Morello. These are just popular kind of musicians, mainstream. I'm just using as an example. They're not just considered black. Like, if you put me next to these guys, we don't look the same. The first thing I get in a room with them, oh, what are you? What are you? Because I'm not one of you people. We're not the same. I'm just trying to lay that out there so you guys understand. Let's continue on.
It's it comes from a racist background. That
the brown paper bag.
Only the pure white.
He's saying, oh yeah, the brown paper bag, kind of in the slave voice, right? It's like, oh yeah, the colorism, because they lighter than us, they privilege and they have benefits. That's not fair, massa. Just why don't you just put them in our group, massa, so we could punk them and feel good about ourselves, massa, right? Whenever I hear that colorism argument and the whole brown paper bag test crap, that's all it is. That's all I hear right there. It's all just the jealousy crap.
Could be considered white. You can't have nothing in you,
if you
outside of being
black,
100% white.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Yeah, they're confused. Okay, you can't take advice from these individuals. They're confused. And they're all drinking and on their little podcast. He's saying you can't have anything else in you that's not 100% white. That's bullshit, because we already know there's a lot of people in this nation who are half Arabic, half Caucasian. They're considered white. Half Asian, half Caucasian. They're considered white. There's a lot of these quadroons. They're considered white. Okay. They got like 20+% African in them. And that's the whole concept of, quote, passing, right? Passing is white. For all intents and purposes, they're just kind of a part. They're a part of that group. Phenotypically, they present that way. Even look at like a Mariah Carey, like, because she's so, ingrained in the R&B and soul music, she's branded herself in that fashion. But if she was never a part of the music industry and just worked a job as like as a bank or something like that, or just whatever, a regular job, nobody will even look at her and just be like, oh, you got some black in you, 20% black, so you're a black. No. Mariah Carey doesn't look anything like you people. So yeah, let's be clear about that.
Though, yeah, but here's the thing. I get where you're coming from. I have a little biracial niece.
He has a biracial niece. How typical of you guys, right? And shout out to Val. She puts here full races look similar to their peers. You look at all of them. This guy's got it.
And she feels kind of
Look at all of them. They all look similar. So if, like I'm saying, if I was in a room with these characters, individuals, whatever, no, the first thing would be like, oh, what you mix with? Where are you from? Are you, what are you? What are you? You Puerto Rican or something? What are you? Right? I don't look like these people because we're not the same people. And culturally, I don't represent their culture, their history, none of that. I'm a completely different entity than them. I've accepted that. I've acknowledged that. There's no confusion on my part. If you entertain these individuals long enough, they're going to try to put their confusion on you because the whites and the Mexicans and Latinos, everyone else knows I'm not the same as you people, right? We're in a new day today. This is not the 1960s. They're trying to bring you back to civil rights. I'm not saying them particularly, but a lot of these individuals, when you talk to them, they're going to try to bring you back to the plantation days and bring you back to this, civil rights era. We're in 2024. Okay, I'm not the same as you people. Okay, Kendrick Lamar was right. He said, not like us. But I've been saying that for the past 2 years. I've been saying that way before Kendrick. I was like, yeah, you're right. I'm not like you people. We're not the same. It's not that difficult to understand.
left out no matter where she goes. When she goes around her white family, she feels left out. And when she came around my family, even though my family is hood country, you kind of understand why she felt left out. But when she get around all black people, it's still that feeling. So no, I think that
Yeah, see, they're playing that game. Oh, she get left out from her white family, and oh, but when she gets about us, and same feeling. Look, they're always going to position this argument that, oh, we accept you more. We accept you more. So come over to us and accept our abuse that comes with it. I'm trying to tell these people, you guys, there's a better option out here. And if you don't see an option, you got to create one. I don't know what else to tell you. But dealing with people who are conquered and confused and, their legacy of slavery and just crying about they want white validation and you're half white and you're dealing with them. It's like, it doesn't make sense. Like, just create your own shit. But if they come out here and they talk about you, okay, you got to respond now. Let your presence be known. This is a good method for letting other mulattoes, specifically biracials, etc., know that we're out here. We see what's going on. Okay.
they are their own distinct people. They are biracial kids. It's okay for them to be biracial. It's okay for us to call them that. It's okay for us to call BG kid a biracial kid. That's okay. Why can't they just be who they are? Why do we have to put them inside a box? These kids are changing the world, bro. They ain't going to see race the same way that we do. This is about to be old news very quick.
So what do they put when they put on an application? They still ask you, what's your race?
When they ask you, what is your race? What do they put on the application? I put mulatto. If the option's presented there, if there's not, they have the 2 or more races and, they have multiracial, etc. But for the most part, when there is an option presented, they have it a clear box or a blank box, I should say. Let me specify. What do I put? I put mulatto. Because that's what I am. And even there, it's funny, even today, they give the box for like the LGBT, and they also put a prefer not to say or decline the answer. They have that in these boxes for gender and race. Decline not to say. But they also have another box here. You guys can see this here. I don't know. I forgot which application this was. Maybe a job application or something. This is recent, though. This was like a few months ago. And I saw this, and that's why I screenshotted it. And they said, other. Check your box. Yeah, I checked my box. They said, other, please specify. Yeah, I'm going to tell you what I am. I'm mulatto. Right? And my job is to encourage these other mulattoes to do the same. Start to self-identify. The more of you that do it, it's going to have a ripple effect. They're trying to silence you and suppress you. They're trying to contain you. They don't want you, it's inevitable, though. I'm looking at these social media trends, the Gen Z, etc. It's inevitable. We're already here and we're growing. It's up to you guys now. You have a voice. You need to use it. So when the guy asked the question, what do you put on these applications? I'm not checking black, homie. I'm not white. I mean, I'm partially my heritage is European and African. Yes, I acknowledge that. And so the mulatto designation is the best fitting category for me. You don't have it in bold on these applications. Guess what? I'm going to put it in for you. I'm going to let you know. And that's you taking the power back as well. See, they're letting you, so you tell them, you let them know. This is what it is. Let me get back to this clip here. Finish this off, right?
They can put what they want to right now. They can put white or black, or they can check both. That's okay. Why are we so fixated on trying to make our kids fit inside a box?
They can choose they them. You mean to tell me they can't
you
choose black or white?
That is true, right?
What the fuck?
They, them, it. Non-binary, binary, they can choose all those right now, but yet they can't choose black or white.
He's talking about the whole gender argument, which I already brought up as well. Yeah, the depraved and sick and twisted society that we see all around us, right? Hollyweird and, the Paris Olympics and all the degenerates and sex deviates, like, they will openly acknowledge and say, well, if you're born a male and you chop off your, tool and you prance around and pretend to be a female, they'll acknowledge that and say that's perfectly okay. And the reverse as well. You got a female who will literally get some surgery, chop off her tatas and pretend and take some hormone pills and grow a little fake ass mustache and or a beard and pretend to be a dude. Like, I saw someone, I worked with someone like that briefly. It was so cringe, man. It was female to male, and they see a guy like me. You hear my voice, you see me, like, they're very kind of intimidated because I got fucking testosterone oozing out of my ears and eyeballs. Like, I'm a very tense individual. And so they're in my presence. They see a guy like me, they're automatically not going to be happy because they'll never be the real thing. They'll never be a man like me. So, but I had a kind of awkward experience with this individual who was a female to male transgender. But I feel like in this society, they're cool with playing around with people like that, individuals like that. They think that's normal. They think it's normal for a guy to pretend to be a woman and for a woman to pretend to be a guy. They think that's normal in this society. But when they see a mulatto who's like, look, I got parents of two different ethnic backgrounds. I acknowledge both of them. That's me, mulatto. I'm embracing that. I'm not black. I'm not white. I'm mulatto. Like, people have an issue because they can't put you in a box. So shout out to Calvin Robinson, because I love his kind of explanation, the way he expressed it so eloquently. It's just people want to put you in a box to know how to deal with you and handle you. And when they can't put you in that box, they feel like you're a problem, that you're something to be handled. And this is what our dilemma we find ourselves politically and socially in this society. And I'm just a millennial guy with a voice. Like, look, my inspiration I saw from these people younger than me, these Gen Z, who were stressing the question. And I kind of looked to the older people, older mulattoes, and I was like, oh shit. They're basically serving blacks. Especially if they're in the boomer kind of class. They're kind of fixed in serving blacks. So I got a lot of Xers. Shout out to the Xers. Got a lot of them who are supporters, understand what time it is. But yeah, my inspiration definitely came from the younger people. They don't have a choice. There's too many of them now. They're growing and they realize you guys got to consolidate and build cohesion. And for me, my whole position was the history is extremely important because they want to bury your history into this whole people of color and just blackwash it so that blacks can steal all your history. And I'm telling people, you got to take your history back. That gives you an identity, a purpose, and a destiny. And you can learn from your history what went wrong. Okay, let me continue on. Fair use.
I mean, they
Look,
can't
let me
choose
say
black,
this though,
white.
Mr. T, real quick. This is my concern. This is the toughest thing when you talk about a mixed kid. Like, I would be confused. Like, the fact that you're going to get a switch whooping and then have to go eat Kraft box macaroni and cheese all in the same night, like, that's a lot of confusion.
There's a lot of confusion. Ha ha ha. This is the biggest jackass baboon on the panel because he's not taking the conversation seriously. He's got all his alcohol there, his sunglasses on indoors, trying to act like a stupid thug. You see, he's purposely throwing shots. And he's, like I said earlier, talking about mixed up, and now he's talking about confusion. These are buzzwords for them. Now, he likes to mix women, typical with them, but he doesn't like to mix men. They look at us as competitors for in the sexual marketplace. So this is the thing. He's going to sit here like they're having a serious conversation. That's why this guy right here, you guys can see my mouse, my cursor, he's kind of smirking, like he's kind of thinking. He has the facial expression like, what the hell is he talking about? He's not laughing or smiling. He's kind of smiling, but he basically posed the whole question like, look, they should be able to check whatever they want. He's basically making posing a question as I did, where they accept in the society this whole gender, confusion stuff, where the men want to pretend to be women, the women want to pretend to be men. The society at large is cool with that. I'm not saying everyone is, but mostly they accept that. But with the whole racial question, with the mulatto or the biracial, we could say, they want to act dumb and try to keep us as a subordinate. Now, this guy, he wants to keep you as a subordinate because he wants access to the women. We already know what time it is right now. See, they're having a serious conversation, and this guy comes in here talking about, it's confusion for them because they're going to be with the blacks and do this, and then they go with the whites. He's talking about Kraft macaroni and cheese. You see how kind of low vibrational he brings the conversation for his stupid little joke, right? Are you laughing? I'm not laughing. I mean, this is typical. For me, these are not this is not my people right here. They position themselves as literally an enemy combatant, as an opposing male in opposition. And I already know what the whole situation is. This is the part of the Kendrick crowd. This is the Kendrick effect. They want the mixed women, but they look at the mixed men as opposition and competition in the marketplace. That's all it is, guys. That's all it is. To the guys listening. And if you want to go over there and serve them and be a butt kisser, you need to stay your ass. Like the J. Cole people, the J. Cole fans, you need to stay over there with them. Okay. If you come over here, I will clown you. Period. I will.
Because I grew up in the South. So, like, that's the life you gotta live as a mixed kid. Like,
you see, he's not laughing. He's sitting here trying to have a serious conversation. And I know I kind of talk shit. I made a reference to his nose and it's featureism, Mulatto Vanguard, whatever. I take that back. That was immature for me to talk about the guy's nose and all this. Okay, I apologize because now, like I said, this is impromptu. I'm just playing this through right now. I saw the clip. I was like, let me just bring it up live, give you guys some real shit, my reaction. I will probably hurt some of your feelings. That's fine. You'll get over it, or you'll cry like that one drunk idiot who wants to start shit. But I'm looking at this guy up here, like he's laughing and giggling, acting dumb. Like, this guy is just a complete tool. But yeah, this guy, he's not really smiling. He's like, what the hell? What's so funny? We're having a serious conversation. You want to talk about boxed macaroni and cheese? So low vibrational. Like for me, I can't respect you as a man. That's why I won't refer to you as a man. I'll say male. And the whites or whatever, they'll call you a boy. You just don't demand respect in society, the way you conduct yourself. Everything's a joke. Everything's a party. You got your sunglasses on indoors. You got all your alcohol back here. You think you're funny, but you're not. It's only this dork who's laughing and thinking it's funny. Okay. I'm not laughing. Okay.
I didn't have to worry about you. Let me stop. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, switch
That's
whooping
messed up life.
and then eat Kraft macaroni and cheese?
Yeah, out the box. Yeah, that's the life
Out
of
the
a mixed
box.
kid, man.
Out the box.
I would be confused if I was that kid. See,
He's saying he would be confused. Nobody's more confused than you conquered colonized slaves. Like, it's not a flex, bro. And you put the title here, well, biracial kids. Yeah, we're seeing this shit now. The biracial kids are all grown up, homie. We're all millennials. I mean, you got the boomers. The boomers are kissing your black ass. I mean, that's why I feel like they're comfortable talking shit on the internet. A lot of the Xers, not all, I got a lot of Xers who support me. But like the older than the Xers, the boomers, whatever, they didn't have an option now. But see, the millennials now, the Gen Z, we're seeing this shit. We're like, well, hold up, homie. Who the fuck are you talking about? This confusion. Nobody's more confused than you fucking people. I don't know what the hell you're talking about out here. I'm not begging for reparations. I'm getting this shit out the mud. I'm working, trying to connect with people, build my enterprise. I'm not out here begging for a handout like a lot of these cats. So let's just, let that be known right now.
I grew up, I took my switch whoopings like a G, and I had me some what you had, some collards, right? You have some greens, you got some real mac and cheese, you have all the fix.
Oxtail.
These kids are eating stovetop stuff and out the box and having to get whooped with a switch. Like, that's not the life. Pick a side. Pick a side. That's all I'm saying.
You see that? Pick a side. Go with the blacks. Okay. You see, now, like I said, for him, he wants the women. We already know the whole game. Pick a side. You need to pick a side. We already know what side you are. You're on the losing team. Like the mulattoes. I saw this question on TikTok. I was like, look, I'm on the mulatto side, period. My whole branding, my whole presence on social media, you already know what side I'm on. Like this idea of pick a side. See, that's your enemy. Whenever you see one of these individuals, okay, the former slave who's sitting there telling you, you need to pick a side. That's all confusion, blah, blah, blah. That's your enemy. That's not somebody you need to entertain. Okay. If they're not paying you or dancing or singing for you, look, that they're positioning themselves, this individual, that's an enemy. I'm not saying this guy is or this guy because I haven't heard the language for them. Like I said, I take back the stupid comment I made about the guy's like nose, said big nose, whatever. You're a featurist, Mulatto Vanguard. I take it back. Okay. This is my first time watching it through live. So you guys get my real kind of authentic reaction. So yeah, no, I'm not. No, I'll do business with this guy based off his kind of the way he's conducted himself in this presentation, this information. Yeah, we could sit down and talk and whatever, and all this stuff. But this guy right here, this boy, I don't respect you at all. Like you've already positioned yourself as an enemy to mulatto men. We already know what time it is now. There's nothing else really to say.
Pick a side. I cannot live that mixed life.
Yeah, but you are definitely right. My little niece.
And he's drinking. He thinks he's all that. He thinks he's hip. Oh, the mixed chicks like me. Hoo. Yeah. Okay, good. And if they got one of your bastard kids, they're basically of no use to the mulatto men out here, as far as I'm concerned. And that's to every man, not just the mulattoes. That's to the Latinos and to the Caucasians. They're looking at you or the gal who's got kids by that character, that it. They're looking at him like, bro, you're of no use. Or gal, you're of no use. You're just basically a one-off, right? You're basically just a fun gal. Yeah, let me see. I'm gonna get to your guys's comments right here. I'm actually gonna drop the link. It's funny, I still got some traction over here on this channel. Got some of you people listening. So let me drop the link, then I'll get into your guys's comments as well. I'll be up here for a guy here. Said it's specifically the black and white combination that triggers them. Right. Exactly. Mulattoes. It's them mixed with their enemy and their obsession. White blood to them is like gold, which is why they're always telling everyone exactly. They show their hand always. They're not talking about Hoppas. See, that's why Hoppas are beautiful people. I really like Hoppas. From being from California, I've seen quite a few of them. And but yeah, they don't have the same experiences as us, meaning mulattoes. Sure, there's a lot that we can relate with as far as identity formation, belonging, community. There's a lot of that. But I just feel like there's not a high level of hostility that they face in regards to, like, say, with mulattoes, this dichotomy that we see with the kind of black white, where we face a lot of hostility. And I'm not trying to position myself, I always say this, as a victim. I'm just being a realist. Like, you can see how, like, a lot of the blacks, the former slaves, black Americans, where there's this obsession they have with the mixed, the half white individual, right? Specifically if they're half black, half white, mulatto. They have an obsession. because we're mixed with their quote unquote enemy, right? They feel like that the whites owe them something. Oh, you got to tell our history for us. You owe us reparations. Like they have this weird relationship with them. And sad, that a lot of times we kind of get caught in the middle or stuck in the middle, pun intended. As I always say, I rather be stuck in the middle than stuck at the bottom. So I'm good with what I'm doing. About their 10% rules DNA, 10% European DNA. These guys always sound like the biggest dummies. Yeah, they were pretty dumb. I mean, whatever. I'm going to tag them in the video. It's all good. It's not the first time I've tagged somebody. Not planning on cloud chasing, getting any views. I'm just here to talk. I got the people I see in the chat that I want. Val, Renata, Mulatto, like, Blaxican guy. I mean, I got the people here that I'm seeing that I want you guys. This is a spot. This is a space for you guys. We're just here brainstorming. That's it. Full blacks love telling me about the mulatto experience based on stereotypes, lies, in or one mulatto story that's unrelated to me. Yeah, that's the thing. They speak for us. You got to hop up here one one of these days, because you definitely have a lot to share. You have a lot, so you got to definitely hop up here or start making your own material, because everything you're saying here is facts. Like they love telling us about our own experience as if they live in our shoes. We're not the same people. Like a mulatto is not the same as a black, and I've been saying that for 2 years. That's why within like the golden sphere space, I bumped heads. I kind of scared away a lot of people because I was bringing up the fact, like, look, if you're a light skinned black person, like you're not the same as a mulatto person, period. And this is why I stress the specificity. And, I don't know what else is there to say. Like, yeah, because if you deal with them, look, the full blacks, not saying light skin or mixed, whatever, I'm saying the full blacks, look, they're going to try to talk about your experience for you. They're basically going to drown you out. They're going to take the microphone from you and speak for you. And I'm saying, fuck that. You have a voice now. You have a voice now. A lot of people felt like they didn't have a voice. They just had to accept their kind of lot and position underneath blackness. But you have a voice now. And I'm one guy, and trust me, I take hits. People are throwing false accusations on me. They're trying to defame me and slander me. They've been doing it since day one, since past 2 years. So it's like there is, when a guy like me who's very public and vocal and people don't agree with politically where I stand, people are going to basically throw everything at you and try to see what sticks. But it's like I'm growing, my influence is growing, my connections are growing. Like, I'm still here, but people will try, they'll do that, right? And the whole point is you have to continue to push forward. They do not speak for you. They're not part of you. They're not one of you. For me, I'm saying they're not my people. They don't speak for me. Okay, I'm going to speak for myself. Everyone knows their history. It's old and boring now. I remember learning about slavery in elementary school enough now. Yeah. Well, I pointed out they have a day, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, in like January, right? Then they have a month, Black History Month, all February, 28 days of learning about mulatto history. Let's be real. Most of their history they call Black History United States. They stole it all from mulattoes. And then they have Juneteenth in June. Yeah, so it's like they have all these days and a month, right? And it's like we already know the damn history. Like we already know, right? But see, it's not good enough. It's never good enough. They want, and of course the drunk criminal is gonna jump on one of her buddy's streams and be like, oh, he's so biased. He's not talking about the whites. You see, he's talking about my black baby daddy, right? See, he's only talking it, but it's like they talk about us. They created these podcasters. They created a whole damn video talking about biracial kids. The one guy's talking shit, telling us to pick a side and that we're confused because our white mama feeds us, Kraft's macaroni and cheese out the box. I'm like, you allow these people to sit here publicly and talk shit about you and you don't challenge it. No, like no, no, no. You gotta these biracial baby mamas, man. And they got their bastard, yeah. These individuals, the Tyrones, okay, the Pookies, they put a battery in their back to basically do their bidding for them. So nah, fuck that. Over here, it's not. We're not having that. Says hello. Yeah, hey, shout out to you. Yeah, you're one of my kind of new favorite people around here, especially that clip that you shared talking about the kind of mulatto history explained. Your presentation was superb, right? With the whole AI images, but also your whole explanation of the kind of events and everything. I really appreciate your work. What you did with that is definitely a round of applause for that, for sure. Let's see what we got here. We got says so am I. I don't know much about astrology because I think Celine is saying she's Capricorn. Yeah. Me either, Val. I know the January birthstone is Garnet. Interesting. We put Chief Inspector puts in the past. I felt that we are an obscure population group, but we sure seem to be on a lot of people's minds these days. Yeah, and it's the blacks and the whites. Like I'm gonna do some videos as well. What I see over on Twitter or X, they call it now. Yeah, a lot of the whites, they're not as public as black. Like that's the thing. Like with the blacks, they're very bold in public because they've been able to punk these mulattoes for so long now. They feel like they can just say whatever the fuck they want. And with the whites, they talk a lot of shit too. But like I said, mainly they talk crap about the children. When the white woman has a mixed child, that's when the white males they really get kind of angered and energized to talk crap. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about that in this next week or two whenever I kind of produce some of these videos. But that's what I often see that a lot. And of course, with this election with Kamala Harris, you're gonna see a lot of white resentment. They're gonna just label her as mulatto, even though she's not. She's got an Indian mom that's East Asian, or that's excuse me, that's pause. That's East Indian, South Asian. She's not mulatto, okay, but they're gonna throw her in the same bus, okay, as us. So you got to watch that. I've been trying to tell people that the past month or so. So there's a lot of that on that side, but I see that the black Americans are way more vocal about the hostility. You got Kendrick Lamar who makes a whole fucking song talking about not like us, and then people want to turn to me like I'm supposed to just shut the hell up, or I'm only supposed to just talk about the white people and not the blacks. Like, but none of these people, like nothing's balanced out here. Most of these mulattoes are black ass kissers. Most of these mulattoes, they make it their whole life mission, like a Colin Kaepernick, to talk shit about whites, their own white parents, to try to fit in with the blacks. Like that's most of you people out here. So you have a guy like me who's like, okay, wait a second. Let's really analyze who's trying to put a target on our back talking shit. And I'm presenting information that's in the public domain. I'm not just concocting or making shit up. I'm just pulling, sources and from, social media, from TikTok, from here on YouTube, as I just did with this stream, and even on X. Now, a lot of the stuff with the whites really throwing, shade at you, like it is on YouTube. There's a particular channel, and you go to my Mulatto history channel. I've created a bunch of shorts of an audio clips of a particular guy, who's really doesn't like mulattoes because it's fear. He's a fear monger. He's a white guy, older white guy. He blames the Jesuits for everything. Okay. And also mulattoes because they love the blacks. They know the blacks are going to dance and sing for them and kiss their white ass. So the guy like that, this boomer white Christian guy, like he really doesn't like mulattoes. And I've been noticing that for the past year. So I've been kind of documenting it and I've been posting it and sharing it on my other channel. But yeah, guys, you guys just got to be aware. Look at this social media stuff, analyze the information and broadcast it. You said your mom is white Mexican. Yeah. I had a friend, a stripper friend. She's still a friend, actually. She's Blaxican, and her mom is like a white Mexican chick. And yeah, from California. Put here, Renata Mulata. Interesting that white people do not bring up biracials nearly as much as black people. And they were the original complainers of our people. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna do a couple videos that I seen some stuff like with the white people, but like I said, they have an issue with like the white women who have a mixed kid. Like at that point, that infancy, they have a real issue. It seems like once we kind of grow older and stuff, I don't really see them like just the samples on social media really being like Obama. They don't like with these high level political figures. Like I was saying with the Kamala, you got to watch it because they're gonna really be hating on her and other mixed people. Once they see these mulattoes ascend politically, then they kind of take notice. But I feel like it's at the infancy stage when they see one of their quote unquote their women, a white woman who has a mulatto child, right, a mixed child. Then they throw a lot of shade. They have whole Twitter accounts or X accounts, coal burners, posting L's and all this crap. Like they call them coal burners or mud sharks and stuff like that. So they really take an issue with that at that point. But it seems like with the blacks, it's like throughout our whole damn life. Like with the blacks, they love us when we're kids. When we're children, they're like, "Oh, you're cute, you're mixed, and all this stuff." Once we become adults, then the blacks really show what they feel about you. Now, I'm not saying all, but I'm saying generally. I'm generally speaking. Then they look at you as competition in the sexual marketplace, okay, in the job marketplace, in Hollywood for roles. We see that they always cry about colorism. Zendaya gets all the roles and they picked a light skinned and mixed woman. They didn't want to pick a dark skinned black. My white massa didn't want to pick a dark skinned black, right? So the blacks, they cry and complain about us once we get older. It's an interesting kind of reversal there. When you look at that dynamic with the white males, a lot of the racists or the white nationalists, they have an issue with us when we're young, especially if it's a white woman who has a mixed child. Then they have an issue. They look at us as a threat. Once we get older, they really don't even care unless we get involved in their political system, right? Like a Barack Obama or Kamala Harris. Once we get involved in their political system, then they kind of have an issue with the mulatto. Then they feel like, oh, the Jews are using you to destabilize the Anglo-Saxons, right? That's their kind of whole philosophy. But it's like I said, it's a reversal with the blacks, Black Americans. Like I said, specifically, I'm not talking about the continental Africans or Caribbeans. I'm talking about Black Americans. With them, they all think we're all cute, when we're younger, we're babies, oh, the cute mixed kids, all this stuff. But once we get older, they look at us as competition. And as I shared with you guys in that video, that male, okay, he is part of the Kendrick crowd. They don't like the biracial, the lighter skinned males, right? But he wants access to the women. And he looks at us as competition for the women. You look at my social media, I got so many women. Like most of my supporters have always been women since I've done this. It's the guys who fucking cry and complain and want to start shit. Like even the other day on my live stream, I had a drunk dude hop up there trying to start shit. He emailed me today, you know, acting like a buster. And he's not the only one. He's not going to be the first or the last. I've had a bunch of other mulatto guys, okay, talking shit, hating. This is part of what it is because they act like blacks, So, what do you expect? Shout out to you for the comment. Let me continue on. Celine, I don't think it matters to me. I do prefer fall and winter seasons, you put here. I've also never seen a white person with 10% black DNA try to come here and call themselves mixed. Right. Yeah. That's why that whole golden sphere experiment failed miserably. Because you had biracial baby mamas, okay, with their bastard families, try to pretend that a black person with like 8% non-black DNA is just as mixed as a biracial person with a white parent and a black parent. So they try because they wanted to fit in with black society. So they try to include all these other, non-mixed people into the discussion. And we got people like me who are logical who called that out. We're like, yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. No, not over here with what I'm doing. You can do that over there on your little struggle channel. Not over here. I don't think so. So they've been trying to do that in the golden sphere for a minute. Okay. Which is basically a kind of defunct space. It's non-operational. Okay. You got a couple content creators, but they already know it's basically kind of done. You got to kind of do your own thing now. Honestly, same. I love the fall. Yeah, winter. Yeah, I like fall. I'd say for me, fall season is my favorite. We are mulatto. Deal with it, blacks. Yeah. Well, pretty soon the blacks they're all gonna say we're all mulatto, right? Black Americans will say, I got some slave master DNA from the plantation. I'm a mulatto like you. Yeah, okay. Dark skin, zucchini nose. We don't look nothing alike. Yeah, we're all the same. Okay, yeah. They want us to fall in line, but they can't even stay with their own women and produce a stable black family. This is the type of confusion that they spread to you, like the Dr. Umar crowd. They can't even commit and marry a black woman. And you put here women because you know it's the males. In every other group of people, the men are the ones who are leaders. Asian society, here in the United States, white society, the white males are the leaders. The white women have a lot of power, but the white males are still the ones who are the kind of shot callers. Same thing within the Latino communities and the Arabic communities, all the communities of men, all the races and ethnicities on the planet. Patriarchal structure, the males, have the final say. But you deal with the former slaves, the communità, it's matriarchy, right? And they can't even commit to those women. So they try to get other groups of women and they push these kind of false doctrines about the seed of your father. And they want to spread that confusion onto you. And you have guys like me rejecting that. Like, look, I don't serve you people. You don't even have any clear examples of these stable families or stable communities. You have a bunch of jokes. Okay. You're partying it up, dancing it up. Okay. That's all cool and fine. But where are the businesses? Where are the industries? Where's the infrastructure? Okay, because now we're talking serious. Now we're not all the jokes aside. We can joke later on. Let's talk business first. They can't do that. Now they're too busy giving their money to Asians. Okay. And then they cry to you about colorism while they're begging their white massa for reparations. But it's okay, guys. I'm just biased. I'm not balanced. Okay. Go listen to the drunk criminals. They'll give you a balanced perspective, right? They treat us accurately, calling ourselves mulatto as extravagant, vagant, or offensive. But then they go claim to be biblical Hebrews or coppered colored Indians. That's my favorite one. The whole coppered colored Indians argument. Yeah, that's the best one. The pretendians. Yeah. And they're growing. They're ever so growing, right? They're so pro black. They're not even calling themselves black today. They're saying they're coppered colored Indians. That is a growing, rising demographic, sadly. You put Renata, the white people I know understand mulatto, mulatta is their own group. We don't see them the same as black. Yeah. And you're not the only one. Most every white I run into, I don't walk up to them and just start saying, hey, I'm mulatto. I'm not like them. They already fucking know. Like everyone knows. It's just, we have one specific demographic who wants to kind of play dumb with us. And there's unfortunately a lot of mulattoes who want to play dumb right along with them, to try to fit in with them and be cool. They got some hood swag and they got their baby daddy and all this crap. It's really old. It's an old argument. We know that we are not white just as well as we know we're not black. Yeah. Someone put a comment, I think it was DC or maybe you or Val, one of you gals were saying where it's like a lot of them take offense to it where they feel like by you claiming mulatto that all of a sudden you just want to be white. Because see, by saying you're mulatto, you're acknowledging your European heritage. You're proud of that. You're like, no, I'm not going to throw my parent under the bus or my grandparent or etc. Like this is part of who I am. I'm proud of that. There's good people out here in both of my cultures, right? But to them, to the former slaves, let's be real, there's a lot of them who will basically feel like, oh, if you don't just claim black exclusively, you just want to be white. But it's like if I claim black exclusively, those same people, the former slaves, they're going to be singing songs telling me I'm not like them. I'm not invited to the cookout. I can't go to the Juneteenth celebration because I'm biracial. They're going to say sit there and say you can only celebrate Black History Month for like half of the month. If you deal with them, I'm telling you, this is the type of shit you're going to see. You got to just have your own situation. And yeah, mulattoes all look different. There is a standard look that blacks and whites assume for the mulatto look, tan, curly hair. We all look different because our genes are more diverse. There's a great example of that. Maybe I can kind of pull it up real quick. I saw an image and it was Zoe Kravitz standing next to the lady, what's her name? Alicia Keys. I saw that recently. It was over on Instagram. Let me pull it up real quick because yeah, and you look at them, it's like Alicia Keys looks like she's been on the beach for a minute. She's got a nice tan, but Zoe Kravitz is definitely has like her kind of fair skin, etc. Let me see if I can find an image. I thought there's an image somewhere. I'm just searching through let me just actually share this with you guys right now. Let me pull this up so you guys can see what I'm looking at. This is Zoe Kravitz's you guys know I love her, right? You guys know I really like Zoe Kravitz, right? Mulatto Vanguard, you're a simp. You're simping for her. I mean, shit. She's already got a man, right? So this is the image I wanted to share. It's right. It's like she posted this like what 8 hours ago. Zoe Kravitz. This is her page. How many followers she got? 7.7 million, which is called 8 million. Okay, very accomplished woman. Very beautiful woman. I mean, like I say, her facial symmetry is superb. Okay. But you look at her standing next to, it's Reese Witherspoon. We all know her, right? Legally Blonde. And then she's standing next to Alicia Keys here. Look at their phenotype. They're both genetically the same, essentially. Now, Zoe Kravitz has two mulatto parents, Lisa Bonet, her mom, and her father is Lenny Kravitz, as I stated earlier, who's kind of more so black passing, but he's still, has a Jewish European father, so he's still, biracial guy. But you look at her, so lighter skin complexion, phenotypically doesn't look the same as Alicia Keys. Alicia Keys has a white mom. Alicia Keys' mom looks kind of like her right here, right? But this isn't her mom. I don't know who this is. Alicia Keys. So like I'm saying, she looks kind of like she's maybe been on the beach this summer. She's been getting her tan. Her skin is looking nice and golden. But although I will say Zoe Kravitz, the facial symmetry is definitely superb. But yeah, as you stated right here, Val, like they don't, like we have a diverse look. We don't all exactly look the same, but genetically they would both be in the same category. Without a doubt. They're both mulattoes. We could say 50-50. I'm not a geneticist. I don't have the precise kind of data of their, genetic configuration, but these are literally both, we could say 50-50 for all intents and purposes. They represent that blend. Both of these ladies, Alicia Keys and Zoe Kravitz, but they don't look the same at all, right? So I just want to use that as an example. I saw that earlier today. But yeah, thanks for the comment. Full races look similar to their peers. Yeah, I think I read that one. Yep, exactly. More so than us. I actually can't tell some of the women on Fox News, all white women, 40 to 55 years old with dyed blonde hair. That's kind of the market for the anchors on Fox. Yeah, they're all basically blonde women. That's their niche, their market for the audience they're trying to attract. I thought Travis Scott and A$AP Rocky were the same person for years, and me too. You're not the only one. I made a joke about that too on one of my streams. I was like, shit, they all look the same. I don't know. Oh, you racist, Mulatto Vanguard, you racist. How can you say that? I can say whatever the fuck I want. Go cry to YouTube. Fuck out of here. Yeah, Travis Scott and A$AP Rocky, I thought they were both the same. Like, I don't know. Because I put that on the video. I said something about Rihanna's partner. I think I said like Travis Scott was like Rihanna's, but then someone corrected me. You're talking about A$AP Rocky. A$AP Rocky's with Rihanna. Travis Scott is with the Kardashian. I'm like, fuck, I don't know. They all fucking look the same to me. Shit. They're going to use that against me. I'm a colorist. I'm a featurist. I'm a texturist. Okay, well, you people are anti-mulatto. Deal with it. Tough. They're just mad we got the microphone now. Fuck that. This is how it is. Says I'm not going there with the Koreans. Interesting. That BTS group are clones. Never been to Korea. I've never been to Seoul, South Korea. Says there is a new app that tells you which famous people you look like the most. I already know who I look like, Derek Fisher or Houston Alexander. Says my top male match was a random Italian white director dude, while my top female match was Maya Rudolph. Damn, they even got you a female match. I don't know who the hell my female match would be. Shit. But there's a couple dudes who look like me. Like I said, celebrity, we could say, yeah, Houston Alexander or Derek Fisher. But where I'm from in Anaheim, California, I saw a couple dudes, mulatto dudes, who looked just like me. We're a little older. I was at the gym once, like a Planet Fitness gym, and this dude looked just like me. And it's funny because I was working out at the gym with my Mexican friend, Chicano guy, and he said he confused me with that guy. And he went up and like tried to talk to the guy. And he at first, because he went up and talked to him, he thought it was me. And he was like, oh shit, it's not you. And I saw the guy. I was like, yeah, I can see how you got confused because that dude looks kind of like me. He looks just like me. And it was kind of funny. So even my Mexican homie like kind of got confused, was like, oh, it's your twin right there. And I was in my city, my town, Anaheim, but also I had I visited a fire station once. It was Fire Station 6 and down the street from Disneyland in Anaheim, California. And the captain who was there at the station, the fire station, looked just like me, but just an older version of me. I talked about this when I first started this channel. It was like one of my first videos because I was trying to develop some material to kind of talk about, right? And yeah, I talked about that. Like this guy looked just like me. I was interviewing him, talking to him, this fire captain, and I was kind of nervous in a way as well because I was like looking at an older version of myself. This was probably like several years ago as well, but he literally looked just like me. It was crazy. I haven't come across too many people who look like me. It's just a coincidence in my own town, my own city. It's been a couple incidents of people who kind of look literally just like me. But yeah, you got some of these celebrity people who people can kind of confuse me as like a Derek Fisher or something, or Houston Alexander. Where not a mulatto puts, I get misconstrued as a Mexican even by Mexicans. And when I lived in France, people thought I was Arab. No one ever pinpoints what I actually am. Interesting. Black Americans are ungrateful mulattoes, and whites have helped them throughout history, including during slavery. Now, with all their freedoms, this is how they're acting. Everything's just a joke and a game. Like they're having a serious conversation, like with a clip I shared about biracials. And the one guy with all his liquor and drinks in the background is just sitting there talking shit, talking about you guys are just confused, man. You eating macaroni cheese out the box. You need to pick a side. I'm not picking the side of you. I'm like, what? I'm gonna tag these people in this video. I want them to watch. Like, I'm not fucking picking a side. See, they openly talk to you like that and disrespect you in public. They're so used to slandering light skins. That's why I say with the whole light skin shit and the mulatto stuff, we're not the same. Because the light skins have been in their community. A lot of them, they fight back, they push back. Shout out to them. But I feel like they have let these dark skins think it's normal to talk to them however, any type of way they want. They've conditioned them for years. That's why they're coming out here talking this shit about biracials and all the light skin jokes. I'm like, where did this shit come from? I'm not from the black community. So I was never raised and enculturated. All this whole light skin shit, to me, I've only started seeing this stuff like the past few years. Before that, I never noticed this crap. It wasn't the past few years and I started seeing this. I'm like, you let these people talk to you like that? Like, this is supposedly your people, your race, okay? And they're sitting here making these light skin jokes. I don't understand how you people do. You men who get fucking cucked by these darker skinned Bantus. I have no idea how you sit back and allow them to crack these light skin jokes and you don't punch back. You don't make your dark skin jokes. See, I'll do that. I'll make the dark skin jokes, but remember, I'm the bad guy. I'm the racist and all this shit. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Some biracial baby mama with her bastard, family talking shit because, the dark skins are putting a battery in her back. This is what we see out here. This is what we see. All the whites that risk their lives to help runaway slaves. Yeah, the abolitionists, right? Proud Mulatto puts here in Canada, you select all that apply. I check white and black Caribbean. Yeah. Yeah, they give you the options. They give you the options, even in the UK and Canada, and even in places here in America. Yeah, it's not everywhere, but in America, we got to fight because they're trying to keep us as a subordinate class. And like I wrote an email to an institution a year ago because they didn't give me the option to put in and check what I identify as. They literally told me you got to pick one. I was at the office. I was like, oh really? They gave me a survey questionnaire after it, and I let them know what my thoughts were. I was like, you guys are trying to deny my humanity. Fuck that. We got to be our own self advocates. We got to speak up. That's the thing, guys. We don't speak up, nobody else will. They want to maintain the status quo to keep us as a subordinate class. That's it. They want other people to benefit off of our labor and our hard work. I write in mulatto where I can. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I just, the gentleman who just expressed that as well. Same thing I do. Let me go back. Zoe Kravitz here. Yeah, you guys can see that. Yeah, that's what I do. I put in right there mulatto. You guys can all see that. It's exactly what I do. Whenever the option is there or opportunity presents itself, that's what I do. That guy laughing at his own jokes, yeah. Yeah, you can't take those males seriously. They don't deserve the title as a man. They don't get that respect. I don't acknowledge them, and they're all older than me. That's how sad and pathetic it is. How would I look out here if I got guys who are younger than me and they don't even respect me? Like, that would irritate me. Like, I demand respect. See, if I got guys who are like older than me, whatever, and they're hating on me, like, I got some clout chasers. Like one, I think. Yeah, one still yapping, still irrelevant, still stealing all of my shit. They know who they are. They're a hoe. You can stay with the drunk criminal over there. And, if I got someone like that who's older than me, it's like, bro, like, that's really sad and pathetic on your part. You're like a decade older than me, like dedicating all these streams to me and videos and trying to tag me. And I don't see none of your shit, bro. Like, you're irrelevant. But I hear some stories and some stuff, and it's just like, yeah, that's sad. But like I'm saying, for me, if it's younger people who don't respect me, I don't want to be that type of guy. I don't want to be a guy where the younger people don't respect me. I'm gonna have to like reevaluate myself and course correct and be like, okay, what am I doing wrong? Because what I'm doing right now, so far, I feel like what I'm doing is right. Because younger people like what I'm doing, they're watching. I don't have like my quote unquote ops. They're not younger than me. There's one pussy out in Louisiana. We already know he's a failure. Okay. There's like one guy. I did a bunch of videos on this channel of the guy because he's clout chasing me, and he's not that much younger than me. He's like 28 or 29 years old. So he's like what, 5 years younger than me? Like I'm talking about decade increments. If it's like between like generations, so like a decade. If you're like 5 years younger than me, you're still a broke bum with your $300 Jordans and your little cryptocurrency. I'm like, bro, you're not even like, you're like Mulatto Vanguard. You're going on 30 or you're going on 40. He says you're 35 going on 40. What the fuck? Are you that dumb, bro? How are you in your mid 30s? You're going on 40. Like, wait a second, homie. I got like several years to go for that shit. I got several vacations. I got several fucking years. I don't, some of these people, man, they're so dense. You gotta just kind of laugh. You're 35 going on 40. Man, you older than me. You could be my daddy. He's like, I'm 28 years old. Mulatto Vanguard, you're 5 or 6 years older than me. You could be my dad. I'm like, bro, why do you insist on embarrassing yourself? Why? With a guy like me, like you might as well just go fuck with that one pussy up there in Toronto. I don't know why you're messing with me. You know I'm gonna embarrass you. You put here, I'm originally from France and moved to the States at 12. My mom is French, dad is Black American. My dad was stationed in Europe because of the military. Interesting. Nobody with any sense, if they had to choose between the two, would pick them. That's what I'm saying. Like the losing team, the losing side wants to act like they have something to offer. Oh, we'll be nicer to you. We'll punk you and crack jokes about you, saying you not like us. We'll make our light skin jokes. And I'm like, bro, like I'm not on your team, bro. I'm sorry if that hurts your feelings, but you should have thought about that before you ran your trap. I'm just, like I said, I'm just one guy, but I'm not the only one out here. Trust me. You're going to find that out pretty soon. But yes, I love France for its own unique reasons. America is certainly home now, though. He said, is French your first language? Says Celine, I now reside in Texas. In the south of France, has very similar climate to Texas. You put, why don't they consider the mulattoes who have never ever met their black father? Why would they feel the obligation to be around AAs? Great point. Yeah, if there's a lot of these mulattoes who are primarily raised by their white mother, their white parent, and they don't have that connection to their black side. Now, for me, people can make that claim for me, but I've always had connection to my black side. I wasn't heavily entrenched in that culture, in that side, but can recall growing up and going to church with my black family. My father hit my father's side, grandmother, going to events, going on vacations, going to Florida, going fishing with my black father, going on long bike rides, Huntington Beach, going to arcades. Like there were so many in Christmas events and all this stuff, birthdays, like throughout my adolescent years, connected with my black family. So, but there's a lot of mulattoes who didn't have that. There's a lot of biracials who didn't have that. They were completely distant from their black family, or they just never met their black family. They were raised by a white woman in the white side of their family, which is a very popular, very, very common, not popular, but common scenario. But then it's like, how the hell do you expect them to just have this obligation or this tie to the black culture when it's like they don't know you people and you people weren't there for them? You basically tried to bastardize the whites. The whites basically had to kind of pick up the slack. Look at Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick's the best example. Like the blacks didn't give a shit about him. It was a white family, a generous white family who adopted him, took care of him. And look what he did. He threw them under the bus for a paycheck. That's why the guy like that's a disgrace. Like we cannot honor a guy like that. That guy is disgraceful. How the hell the white family adopted you, took you to all your football games. That guy would have never been prominent in the NFL if it wasn't for his white adopted parents who took him to all those practices and football games. It was because of them that the guy was successful. He could make it to all the practices. It was because of them. That's it. But he threw them under the bus to virtue signal, to get points, to look good for black people. Very despicable behavior that we have to basically analyze and call out. We got to make it known that, hey, I'm not like that. I honor both sides of my family. I don't think I have a certain first language. I've really spoken both French and English my entire life. Paris looks really pretty during the Olympics. They cleared it out, so it looked really nice and clean. Well, I was in Paris last year, and it really looked nice and clean. And I had a student, a Parisian French lady, lives in Paris, and I asked her about that. This is like a couple months ago. One of my students, and I asked her, I was like, well, it was really nice. I was surprised at how nice and clean Paris was when I was there last year. And she was telling me, because I was in the tourist areas. It's like, yeah, I guess I walked around, man. I took the subway a couple times. I didn't even do one Uber. I didn't rent a bicycle. I just walked everywhere. Yeah, my legs were sore, got some good workouts in, but I just like walked. I wanted to see everything and what I was looking for in Paris. And that's what I kind of took away from my trip to Paris last year was like it was actually very nice and clean. Look, walking around the city. And yeah, but this Parisian lady, my student, she was telling me I was in the quote unquote tourist areas, but I feel like yeah, certain districts or regions there where the tourists are at, they probably keep it clean all year round. But yeah, because my initial thoughts when I went there was that it was going to be kind of dirty. There's going to be some dirty, parts and graffiti and trash and all this stuff. But I was like pleasantly surprised. I didn't really see any homeless at all. The areas I went, I didn't see any homeless. I was surprised by that because you go to places like Los Angeles or New York in the United States, man, you got bums and homeless and stuff. And it's just crazy. Crazy. I wouldn't classify African Americans as mulattoes. They're not. Do you listen to French music? You put here, well, a lot of AAs don't emotionally grow past childhood ages due to their trauma at home. That's really deep. I am not a psychologist or a licensed clinician or therapist, so I couldn't give any advice on that. But I know that's definitely a subject matter and topic that needs to be looked into because that is deep. What I do know is that their generational trauma is passed down almost in a ritualistic way. There's a there's a manner in how their kind of trauma is passed down. I know that for sure. That intergenerational trauma with the colorism and all this crap. And that shit's damaging. If you're like a mulatto or biracial, being raised around them, growing up around them, that confusion and that trauma can, leak off into you. You gotta basically denounce that crap and get away from that. I know some of you guys and gals, you can't. Like that's your peoples, your group. You were raised around them in the hood, and that's I get it. It's like fuck. I just feel sorry for you. Just don't bring me involved in your shit. I'm not a part of that. Like I don't know what to tell you guys. Like I don't know what to tell you. People get mad at me, and I'm like this big bad guy, but it's like fuck, dude. I don't know what to tell you. I wasn't raised in that environment. Like it's not normal to struggle with them. It's not. Nobody else has to. Nobody else out here in this society has to struggle with them. There's no honor or it's not glamorous to struggle with them. It's not. It's not. It doesn't make you a better person or more disciplined or you have more character. It's just it doesn't. One of my aunts was abused by her dad. She reacts like a 6-year-old to most things. Damn, that's crazy. And Celine puts here, yeah, that's sad. Yeah. Yeah, that trauma can kind of make a crazy significant impact. You put here multilingual. I speak Italian as well. See, I'm ethnically Italian and Black American. My Italian family immigrated from Italia to France. I'm French only by nationality. I consume a lot of French entertainment. I was just thinking about how white people food has become a source of humor. Yeah, they call it unseasoned chicken. You got some slaves, cracking jokes about unseasoned chicken, but you're begging the people with the unseasoned chicken for reparations. I mean, how fucking stupid do you look doing that? But this is that social media kind of flexing crap. You don't season your chicken. You don't even know how to cook. You got some unseasoned chicken, but you're begging them for a paycheck. Like, you look really fucking stupid out here. I don't get it. However, I like a lot of it myself. My wife's German descended family makes a really nice beef stuffed cabbage for X. Interesting. It's crazy how he equates a life experience with abuse. That's the communauté pathology for you. Renata, my favorite French singer, Canadian French, is Celine Dion. I listen to a lot of Zouk and Kizomba. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't listened. I haven't heard about them. Apologize, guys. He says, "Oh, I love Celine Dion. She is such a gentle soul." We got here. Opening ceremony was incredible. Did you watch it? I didn't watch the Olympics. I haven't seen it. Like I said, Cindy McLaughlin. Shout out to her. I think I got something on my channel. Let me share that. I've been really sharing a lot with her, Cindy McLaughlin. She's been doing astounding so far. Let me see. Yeah, here we go. Let me share this. Just like the little clips and stuff on like social media, TikTok or Instagram or whatever. I put, "I'm so happy for this queen." So this is the extent. Her hair is perfect. This mulatto curls is just completely perfect. Her hair texture is, yeah, it's perfect. Just a natural state. It's just perfection. So I've been kind of following her, I guess. Like even at one of my trainings for my job, we had a event at a like a team kind of, meeting or team building event at like a arcade place, and they had on the screens there, they had like the Olympics. And I wasn't following any of the Olympics, but I saw, they had this lady here, Cindy McLaughlin, on the screen. So then all of a sudden I was like, okay, zoned in. Let me watch her, see what she's up to. Very happy, very proud of her. But that's it. Like I don't really watch anything else on the Olympics. It just doesn't really spark my interest. That's just me. You put, "I dance." Yeah, you dance and know the music. That's what's up. Black people will not even allow mulattoes to celebrate themselves without offense. Yeah. They don't have a choice now. Like with you over here, Val, Blaxican guys, some of these other individuals over here. It's like they don't have a choice. It's up to you guys. You guys got to consolidate, build cohesion, network, communicate. They don't have a choice. They're just going to sit back, watch, and be angry. And of course, a guy like me, because I got the microphone in front of me, yeah, they're going to dox me and stalk me and harass me. Yeah, but I mean, I'm still going to be talking. It's not going to be effective. They're only going to grow my profile. That's it. But it's not going to stop. It's up to you guys. You have to celebrate yourself. You have to. You don't have a choice now. I'm trying to tell people, like, you can pretend and hide and just try to call yourself High Yella or something like that and try to hide underneath the blacks. But we're already here now. You put here, "I listen to a lot of Cabo Verdean music." Interesting. You put, "Jesse Jackson is a mulatto. His parents look clearly mixed." Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who that Jesse Jackson guy is. And the problem with light-skinned blacks is that they don't like us either. Yeah, because they have to throw us under the bus and basically, spit on us to fit in with the darker skinned Bantus. That's the whole agenda. I'm not saying all are like that. Not at all. I'm not an absolutist. But I'm saying primarily that's what we've noticed. That's why when I first heard about these, like what they call MLS, mixed light skins, I was like, okay, wait a second. Okay, I'm mulatto and biracial guy, 2 different parents, 2 different backgrounds. I'm not the same as them. Okay, right away, and people didn't like that about me. Like I said, there's one pussy up in Canada. He was one of the main guys who was trying to tell me, "Oh, you don't do that. You're going to be divisive. We can't just make it purely mulatto because we don't have the numbers." That guy's such a fucking pussy, such a wimp. I remember when I first was in this discussion, he wanted to include the lighter skinned blacks with the mulattoes. I was the only person out here was like, wait a second, no. I'm just trying to make it just the mulattoes. Where you at? Okay. Because if you include yourself with the lighter skin, they're gonna serve blacks, period. And I knew that from day one. Like people try to act like, especially that one pussy, he's trying to be like, "Oh, we don't have the numbers. We can't just make it just purely mulatto." Now this pussy is out here hating, still over a year, still struggling, still thinking about me, still hating because he's mad he can never accomplish what I've accomplished, right? Still hating. It's like, give it up, loser. Give it up. I don't understand. Like, I already own you at this point. You're still doing your streams about me, talking about me. I don't even watch anything you do. I don't want your energy over here. I just hear, like, I heard some dumb drunk cunt the other day on some Latino guy's channel trying to bring this stuff up. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's your audience. Your audience, okay, this Canadian guy, your audience, okay, is that drunk criminal. Okay, you know who I'm talking about. That's your audience. Okay, you got the lower end mulattoes over on your spot. Okay, you could never compare to what I'm doing over here. Okay, just so you know. Okay, even it'll be a year, you can timestamp this. It'll be a year from now, you'll still be pushing the same crap, and I just will transcend and just move beyond you. It's laughable at this stage. You get no respect. I'm not gonna tag you. You could tag me like the hoe you are. I'm not gonna tag you. Not gonna even mention your name. You're not worthy enough. Okay, you and your drunk criminal buddy. It's just at this point it's pathetic. You're older than me, but you're just beneath me. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, as a guy like me, if younger people don't respect me or my input or my analysis, then I know I'm kind of fucked up. Like there's something I gotta course correct. But if older people are hating on me and what I'm doing, you guys are just some fucking losers. You're some squares. I don't like what? You guys are failures. It doesn't even make sense for me. Well, let me go back to I kind of sidetracked it. Sorry about that. I was going off on something else. You put in the problem with light skinned blacks is they don't like us either. A lot of light skinned black women don't like mixed women. Exactly. And I called that out. I did a couple videos of this, femcel on this channel. I did the video title is Awkward Femcel Files. This is a light-skinned black female who doesn't like mixed women. She tries to equate mixed women being just like these ghetto black women. And like there's a lot of black women who are elegant and they're not ghetto. And those are the ones I like. Those are the ones I welcome. Just ghetto people, trashy people in general, I'm not a fan of. Sadly, we got a lot of biracials, a lot of mulattoes who are fucking trash. And those are the ones who hate me the most. Let's be real. But like I'm saying, like that the light-skinned black, I'm not gonna throw all of them under the bus. I'm trying to be as specific as possible, but there is one. I'm not gonna mention her name. She knows who she is. The loser's probably listening to me. Of course she's listening to me. She's talking about oh, this guy has all these geishas on his, or not geishas. Pause, not geishas. Has these elegant Japanese women in kimonos. He's like, oh, he used to post these women all the time. Yeah, but people were questioning me, being like, well, these women aren't mulattoes. Why the hell are you putting all these Japanese women on your channel? See, I never deleted a damn thing on my channel. As far as the Japanese ladies in the kimonos, I'm going to my community post. Like it's all the way from like last year. I gotta really scroll down. I haven't deleted none of that crap. This little femcel fucktard loser out in Japan was trying to act like I deleted my images of these elegant Japanese women. No, all the images are there on my community wall. It's just I have my audience were basically like, is this woman mulatta? Is she mulatto? It's like you're kind of right. I mean, this is a mulatto page, right? It's like I'm putting these elegant Japanese women because they're very lovely to look at. You guys can see I'm on my kind of community post time wall. It's like I gotta scroll all the way back to like a year ago, man. Like I got all this mulatto shit flooded because duh is a mulatto channel. It's not a Japanese channel. I'm not a light-skinned black that fucking hates being black. So I try to pretend to be Japanese. That's for the femcel losers over there. But like I just scroll through my channel where I'm at 3 months ago. Look at that. Got a couple here. Look at that. This is what I promote. This is the whole agenda of this operation. This is the whole purpose. This is what I promote here. But I have, yeah. See, I'm gonna stop pretty soon, but like we're already at 3 months ago. This is Japanese right here. But it's Gohan, right? Dragon Ball Z. But yeah, I slipped up and said geishas. I got the geisha. No, no, no. Just Japanese, elegant Japanese women in kimonos is I was sharing a lot of that like a year ago. And even on like my personal Facebook, I'd share a lot of that. But like I try to make it to where it's like, well, maybe I just gotta, save my wall. Like just put the mulatto stuff over here. That's what the channel's for. And I really like the geisha, there I go fucking. I'm slipping up again. Why am I putting them both together? I don't get it. It's late for me, guys. Apologize. But the Japanese women in the kimonos, the elegant Japanese women in the kimonos, because the photography was on point, very pleasant to kind of look at. And I gotta scroll all the way down. And I'm gonna, like I said, stop pretty soon because it's like, what the hell is the point? And all like people like want to act stupid. They want to start shit with me. I check their dumb ass, and then they want to sit here and be like, "You're stalking me or harassing me." Right? You pick a fight, okay? You tag me like the hoe you are, and then I respond, and then you just get completely like squashed, and then you sit there and act like I'm like stalking you or you tagged me, you fucking hoe. Like that's what the golden pookie was like, bro. You tag me in videos every day, like the bitch you are. And then you turn around like I'm stalking you. How am I stalking you when you tag me like a fucking hoe? Like this is the type of stupidity we run into with these black identified biracials. Where we at 6 months ago, 6 months ago. Okay, got some quotes. Trying to find out where I can find the Japanese woman in her kimono. I don't want to slip up and start calling people geishas that are not geishas, but like I was yeah, it's funny that like this femcel over in Japan, like she's been watching me for a while. Like what a fucking loser. That's why I call her a femcel. He used to post all these women, these Japanese women in kimonos. I'm like, you creepy fucking whore. You've been watching me this whole time. You never comment. You're not subscribed. You don't like me. Here we go, guys. You see this? Look at this beautiful Japanese woman with her sword. 8 months ago, guys. I didn't delete a damn thing. I didn't delete a damn thing. Why would I delete this? Look at how magnificent, beautiful, and elegant this woman is, even with a weapon in her hand. Like, even with a weapon in her hand, she still looks magnificent. It's like autumn here, like it's 8 months ago. I didn't delete a damn thing. All this stuff is still on my community wall. But after a while, people put some comments, and I'm kind of thinking, well, the branding is mulatto. Let me put these mulatto women. Let me celebrate these women like Cindy McLaughlin, Adele James, Sade, Zendaya, or any mulatto woman I can find that I feel like it's worthy to promote. I'm going to use my social media to promote these women. But do I like the Japanese women? Of course. Look at it. Even with the weapon in her hand, still her posture is her traditional kimono, like very elegant woman. This is very lovely and pleasant to look at. Hence why I shared it on my community wall. I just want to point it out, like in another one right here. So yeah, like this is what, 8 months ago. Yeah, I never deleted none of this stuff. I just gave you guys live example that all this stuff is on my community wall. But this awkward, light-skinned black femcel living in Japan with her incel buddy living in Louisiana, she wants to make the claim that like I had all these posts of these Japanese women and I deleted them. I didn't delete a damn thing. This is live, guys. You guys see all this stuff here. I didn't delete a damn thing, right? So yeah, the thing is with the light-skinned black women, like I'm just saying that one individual, this awkward femcel who doesn't even like being black, she ran to Japan because she's a fucking loser. You have individuals like that, they don't like mixed women. And I pointed it out and I peeped game. I noticed that about her. I saw some of her community posts and some of the shit she was saying. She puts like Japanese women above every other woman. I'm like, that's really fucking weird. You got to be a big self-hater. How the hell are you as a light-skinned black person putting other races of women above yourself? Very awkward and weird. That's not normal. I don't do that over here. To me, like I put Cindy McLaughlin or Sade or whatever, mulatto women are the best over here in my operation, what I'm doing. Hence why I've been able to kind of generate an audience of a lot of these women. This is a space where they feel comfortable and safe at. So when I like I said, I'm not saying all the light-skinned black women do that or all the light-skinned black males do that as far as throw mulattoes under the bus to appease blacks, but the ones who do that, you have to call it out. And I'll be the one to call it out, and guess what? I'll be the bad guy. That's fine, but the mulattoes get priority over here. They get representation over here. Hence why they come over here and they listen to what I have to say. This is their space. This is their spot. People don't like that. They don't want mulattoes to have a voice. Too fucking bad. We're here. We're not going anywhere. Let me move on with this. You put black people can't even represent us, let alone speak for us, but they love saying we're conflicted. Yeah, we're confused. Nobody's more confused than the former slaves. Don't take any advice from them in that regard. Most black people aren't cooking foods from scratch. Yeah, a lot of them, they're giving their money to Chinese people to cook for them, right? They're always making stupid food comparisons. Yeah, shout out to you, DC. We're almost 2 hours deep into this. I had the link drop. I think, yeah, my link is pinned, but nobody wants to jump up here tonight. It's all good. It's all good. I got to get up early and consult with one of my students anyways, so I'm not going to be up here all night. Yesterday, I was up here like 4 hours, and some drunk guy jumped up here, was trying to argue with the owl show, and it was kind of weird how that kind of happened, but whatever. Shit happens sometimes, right? You put here, black skin guy, black people dump a bunch of premixed seasoning and talk shit with their high blood pressure to white people. Yeah. The highest rates of glycoma is African Americans. The highest rate of obesity, African Americans. The highest rate of diabetes is African Americans. Yet the same people are talking shit about white people not seasoning their chicken. Like, you have to laugh at them at this point. When you look at these stats and this data, like, how are they talking this much cash shit when they're literally dying from the food they eat? High blood pressure, hypertension, diabetes, glycoma, but they're talking all this crap about people not seasoning their chicken. It's like, man, but the biracial baby mamas, their number one fans are Tyrone. Nobody else decent or civilized are going to listen to their dumbass, right? Said, of course, their food will taste flavored, but will they live long? Yeah, they'll put a bunch of salt and pepper on their food, and then they got fucking diabetes. Yeah, because they got seasoning. They season they chicken. They put hot sauce on they chicken, right? Now they got diabetes. Yeah, okay, have fun. As somebody who grew up under a light-skinned black woman, they use so much seasoning that you wonder how they're still alive, and all the cholesterol and blood pressure they're causing to themselves. Yeah, that hypertension. Yeah, it's bad. I doubt these guys on the panel, single moms, were feeding them nutritious, slow-cooked foods. Yeah. You can't tell black people that all the stuff they put in their food is unhealthy. I just saw an article today on a news app. Someone called Kylie Jenner a coal burner because Travis Scott keeps getting arrested. Yeah. That's the term they use. And it's because Travis Scott's black and Kylie Jenner is like white presenting, right? I think her father is white. The Kris Jenner is a white guy who's now a gal, right? Transgender parent. Very weird. And then Kris Jenner is Armenian, I believe. But they're Caucasian for all intents and purposes, right? Armenian because it's the Caucasus Mountains in that region. So whatever. I mean, I'm not going to go deep into it, but yeah, the coal burner term is what the kind of white nationalist males, the incel males, okay, will call a white presenting or European whatever lady who gets with a black guy. But the thing is, Kylie Jenner's rich and successful, and Travis Scott is just like a rapper who has a name. He has social media clout. and he has his own money. He's not successful. He's got like a couple songs out there, right? Couldn't name you a song from Travis Scott, but he's like a Gen Z guy. He's like in his probably mid or late 20s, right? And so he already has kind of his own audience, his own crowd. But yeah, Kylie Jenner is way more successful than him. She's like a billionaire, I believe, with her like makeup brand. But Travis Scott is just like basically a pet for her. Like he's just an accessory that she can walk around. She has her like black pet. That's kind of the way I've always looked at it with that arrangement. A woman like her, a lady like her, like with her money and her status, and she's with this kind of like rapper guy who's like not even a popular rapper. It's not Drake. It's fucking Travis Scott. Dark skinned guy. He'll never be on Drake's level. So, but she's got him. And when you're at that level with that type of money, these people, there's all a bunch of affairs and infidelity at that level. Let's be real. You know what Scottie Pippen and Larissa Pippen, with these like high level athletes and these high profile musicians and actors, and like the infidelity rates are through the roof. In politics and show business, whatever. So like Kylie Jenner, with all her money, millions of dollars, she has other guys on the side. Same thing. You think these people are really like committed to each other like that? That's all for the public consumption, for media, in the public eye. But they have their other partners. You see that with like what's her name? Cardi B. In Offset, she has the rapper Offset. That's her partner. Like, both of these people, they both like have their rendezvous and partners on the side. Like, that's kind of how it is in that business, right? Let's move on from that. Mulattoes have always been bullied, except for in New Orleans. I descended from them, but they had a better financial status than blacks. Some black adults are so unhinged that they'll see a mulatto child and get jealous of them based on thinking about how better their adult experience will be than their own. Damn, it's crazy. Black people live in this weird world where they think that makes people can do whatever we want because we're half European. Well, the thing is, a lot of them, they feel like they can talk shit about mulattoes, but when you as a mulatto talk shit back, they want to cry racism. We're like, how the hell does that work? Like, who's falling for this crap? Who's falling for this? You put here, I'm still waiting for this long list of privileges I've had. The golden sphere is wildly all over the place. I've tried to plug in, but they have no agenda, and I'm not here to waste any time. Yeah, there's no agenda. Like, they just want a better position underneath black people. That's all it is. Like with the golden sphere, because they had like this petition, that was their basically blueprint that's going to kind of bind people together, golden people. A petition they're talking about, they want protection from black people. But get this, the same guy who was talking about this petition he was simping really hard for these biracial baby mamas who are just drama shit starters, right? And then he got so mad one day, he tried to flex on the guys, and he actually brandished a firearm on one of his videos. He had a pistol on his lap. It's like, bro, we're in America. We all got fucking pistols out here. But he wanted to act like a black thug, wanted to act tough. He's a little light-skinned guy, tattoos on his face, trying to talk about he wants a petition. Like, he wants to act like a black thug, but yet he has a petition trying to cry to the government because he wants protection from the same black thugs that he's trying to act like. That's the whole weird quandary that they are involved with. They grew up around black people. They try to act like black people, try to G-check and act like thugs, but at the same time, they want to propose a petition to get protection from the same black people they try to act like. Very weird, bizarre situation. And I saw that like from the get-go. I was like, okay, I'm a little different than you people. I'm mulatto. I want to preserve the mulatto history because that's our identity is tied into that. And this is what's going to give us basically a blueprint, and also I can say kind of a North Star, a zenith, something that we can look to as guidance for a destiny. We can look to the past for inspiration. basically draw energy from that, esoterically speaking. Like the history is so important when this is, and they try to take our history from us. And this is the thing, like that's why I created the channel. Like that's one of my passions. Like the channel's not monetized. I could get it monetized tomorrow if I just delete a bunch of content that's like reused. I can, but it's like I just have the passion for us. We have to have our history preserved. We can't allow these people to continue to co-opt us and try to position us to be their fucking tools. I just won't allow it, for me personally. Let me continue on. You put they literally can see full whites in this country that are homeless or in poverty, but yet they pretend whites get a free ride. Exactly. There's a ton of homeless white people, and there's a lot of white people who are on drugs, kind of tweaked out, and they're homeless. It's like, well, where's their white privilege at, right? Black people have a lot of privileges because society babies them. Yeah, they've been coddled for so long. That's why a lot of them feel like they have a right to be racist towards you, because they've been told they're special victims. I'm not saying all, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. I'm not saying all you guys, but I'm saying a lot of them, yeah, they feel some type of privilege where they can say whatever the hell they want, talk shit, because they're like special victims. And I'm saying, fuck that. Yeah, because society has really coddled a lot of them, unfortunately. He said the problem with the golden sphere is they don't want to do anything. And they definitely don't want to kick out the blacks. That's the thing, especially light skinned blacks. They like mixing us together with them. That's the whole issue, and people from the beginning had an issue with me for that. Like, yeah, that's the thing. Like, they want to, they play stupid along with the whole situation, where they'll sit there and say that a black person with like 10% European slave master DNA is a golden brother. They're the same. It's like a biracial person with the whole white parent. Like, they act stupid like that. And I saw that from the beginning. I was like, look, I got to be the guy to call this out. Like, I'll be the bad guy. Okay, but fuck you. Like, you're not going to play me for an idiot. Like, that's the thing you put here. Like, they didn't want to basically be, you said, you put here, kick out the blacks. Like, I would say they didn't want to be exclusive. They didn't want a high level of exclusivity. This is what it is. They wanted to include everybody into the, they just wanted their numbers to grow, their little celebrity gossip channel. And I was just like, okay, you guys are on some different shit than what I'm doing over here. And it's got to be that way. You stay over there. You be your little troll over there with your little simps, okay, talking shit on their channels over there. And I'm going to do what I'm doing over here, period. That's it. And we'll see who the real authentic members, subscribers, people who are engaged in the discussion. We'll see it. Yeah, you put everything you put right here is facts. Yeah, Renata, black people go unchecked because when you check them, then you're a racist. Exactly. Right. Right. Yeah, that's basically how it is. And what you're going to find is more and more people in the society have no fear, or they don't. It's not an issue if they're called like Oasis or something. It's like, well, so what? You fucked around, you found out, bitch, right? And that's how a lot of people are looking at it now. How they're dealing with them. They're going to be more assertive and harsh. You got a guy like me. It's like, I'm not special, but I'm just sitting there like, I'm not dealing with you people. If you're not paying me, fuck that. You just call me racist. Okay, well, they're calling everybody racist. It doesn't. The word has no meaning today. They've overused it. Says we can tell them too, we're blue in the face, that we just don't get privileges like that. We have to do work like everybody else. You put here extravagant. You had to correct me, huh? Extravagant. It's kind of late for me up here right now. That's not an excuse, Mulatto Vanguard. You should know how to enunciate yourself. You put Blue Jay puts, the truth is that black women are a mess. They worship whiteness. They weave in their hair is telling. They spread the hate to their kids. I don't know. The whole thing is the whole black female thing. Like, I get it. The black manosphere stuff. Look, the black males are just as fucked up as the black females. And I know that because the black females, most of them are black male worshipers. Drake was caping for black women, talking about, I like my girls BBW and all this stuff. The same black females turned on Drake, the biracial man, to support Kendrick Lamar who's got a light skin mixed preference. So that alone, when I see these black women who support Kendrick Lamar, that alone lets me know that most of them are black male worshipers. All these fake ass divestors, Paris Milan, Chrissy, the rest of these characters, they all worship black males. Okay, you guys, none of you people can tell me otherwise. I got the link. The link has been dropped for over a fucking hour. Nobody wants to hop up here. That's fine. You don't have to. But you're not going to debate me on this. Most of these women, these black females, they're divestors, BWE, whatever they call themselves. They're empowering black women. They're all ALL, all black male worshipers. Period. If they're a pro-whack, they listen to Kendrick Lamar. They are all black male worshipers. Period. So I don't that whole, gender game, at the end of the day, they're going to side with the black males to undercut, undermine, and throw under the bus the biracial, the mulatto man. Period. It's unfortunate that a lot of the biracial women, I'm not saying all, I said a lot, they want to be baby mamas and bastards to the black males, and they want to fit into that group. But this is on the men. The mulatto men have to create a community to where the women feel safe and feel comfortable. When you create your own situation, they see you have your own enterprise, you have your own business dealings, then the women, they're going to feel comfortable. They're going to navigate towards your situation, your space. It's on the men. Like the mulatto men got to create their own shit. If you want the women to be attracted to what you're doing. But a lot of these guys, they just want to fit in with the blacks, have their little hood swag. Okay, have fun over there. I'm just doing something different. I'm the outlier out here. Yeah. You put on very similar skin complexion and hair texture to Alicia Keys. We're both black Italian. People say I'm light skinned, but I perceive myself as bronze. Yeah. Alicia Keys is a good woman to be compared to because she's definitely special. You put another singer who's mulatto is Leona Lewis. She was on the X Factor UK from a black father, white mother. If Lenny is black passing, what are you? That's interesting. Well, what the hell are you, Lucy Cologne? Let's start with that. You put, you both look similar. He's mulatto. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. If it doesn't matter if a mulatto looks black or white passing, still mulatto. Black people believe they looks black. So, duh is black. Yeah. The actor who plays Gus Fring on Breaking Bad is black passing. Yeah, you're right. Him. Yeah. I believe his mother, if I'm not mistaken. Let me do a Google search since we're talking about it. Is it his father or his mother? Gus Fring. Well, it's a fictional character. What's his real name is Giancarlo Esposito. That's his real name. He's a mixed guy. Afro Latino guy. And let's see, Elizabeth. I think his mother is she's trying to think. Trying to get some background information on him. Let me double check. It's a Giancarlo Esposito. He's Italian. Yeah, he's a Danish born American. So his mother is black, his father is white. Let's see. Because Gus Fring is his stage name in the Breaking Bad. I'll share this with you guys so you guys can see this. Okay, let's see. He's born in Copenhagen, Denmark. Early life. He's born in Copenhagen. An Italian stagehand, carpenter from Naples. Elizabeth Foster, an African-American opera and nightclub singer from Alabama. So his mother is African-American? Yeah. He moved to Manhattan. He attended Yeah. The son of Giovanni Esposito, an Italian stagehand and carpenter from Naples. So his father is Italian from Naples, Italy. His mother is African American. And yeah, we're saying he's more so black passing, this gentleman here from Breaking Bad. They said Gus Fring. Yeah. So he's mulatto, right? Italian father, African American mom. He's mulatto guy, but he's more black passing. That's why I made the point with Lenny Kravitz, or yeah, Lenny Kravitz. Yeah, I used Lenny Kravitz as an example earlier. I was talking about Zoe Kravitz. Lenny Kravitz is more so like black passing. There is such a thing. Like, I'm not going to deny that. You have people who are kind of white passing, black passing per se, but it doesn't change the fact that you're still mulatto. So there's more diversity with us as a group, a racial ethnic group. There's more diversity with phenotypes with mulattoes than there is with either white or black. And sure, with the Caucasian population, they have gingers, they have redheads and blue eyes or brown eyes or black hair, blonde hair. They do have that type of diversity with them. In the African population, there is most of them are going to be dark brown or black skin complexion. And people can want to debate me, whatever. Look, I've had the link drop for over an hour. No one's going to jump up here, which is very typical. Whatever. But yeah, I just want to shout out to Val what she said about the guy. Yeah, he's definitely more so black passing. Like, there is Lenny Kravitz. He's a perfect example, but they're both mulattoes. Okay, but I know the blacks will try to claim him as being black, but he's got an Italian father. Okay, so blacks don't have Italian Caucasian fathers. Sorry to burst your bubble, guys, but it's what it is. I thought Travis Scott and ASAP were the same too. Yeah, they all look the same. I don't know. That's what I thought. You put, I love Mexicans. I live in a city of majority Latinos, Mexican descent, and I would not have it any other way. Yeah, the best cooks, the best chefs, the best food is like Mexican food. I would say Italians are like right there. It's going to be a hard choice. You're going to choose. What do you want? Mexican food or Italian food? To me, they're kind of both equal as far as their food, their cuisine. It's going to be hard. I mean, I love Italian food. I love Mexican food. I love Indian food, East Indian. I love Vietnamese food and all that stuff, American stuff. But yeah, I would say Mexican food and Italian food is like it's hard to choose which one, but Mexicans hold it down. That's their pride is within their cuisine, right? And of course, I'm biased because I'm from California, Southern California, so I kind of grew up on that stuff. My white mom, looking at your picture, of course you got a white mom, right? Nutritious meals and has taught me how to cook healthy meals once in a great while. I have a box craft. Yeah, because you're basically in response putting that comment to that idiot, the podcaster who was basically talking shit, saying if your mom is white, you're going to have craft boxes and you're not going to have good cooked meals and all this stuff. Look, yeah, I get it. They try to talk crap. Yeah, but they have, their seasoned chicken with their hot sauce on their chicken, and they got their hood swag and they got their baby mamas, and yeah, good for them. That slander made me cold-hearted towards dark skins. Black people complain about expensive groceries and walk out with a basket full of box pantry food. Fruit and vegetables are cheap. Yeah, what is it? Tomatoes, a Roman tomato is like around 20 cents right now. Banana a piece is like 20 cents. An apple, depending on the environment, it's like 50 cents an apple at the moment. Oranges, similar. Carrots, you can get a pound of carrots for like $1. Potatoes, you can get a 5-pound sack of potatoes for like $5, if that. Onions have always been cheap. Like, there's so many crops and goods you can get that are very cheap. I'm from California, which is like what they call like the vegetable basket of the country. They produce like 70% of the vegetables across the nation. California, they grow everything there, and it's like none of the vegetables are expensive. I remember people making that debate a while ago too. It's just so expensive to eat healthy. They make it so expensive. It's because Americans, a lot of them, they're fucking lazy. Like, and the convenience, you can go to a fast food and buy a burger or buy a burrito. You don't have to cook a pot of, broccoli or cook a pot of potatoes or chop up vegetables and stuff. So yeah, the vegetables are cheap, right? I mean, you know, light skinned blacks, mixed black Americans don't have the ability to dip into another culture. That's why I say they're the true tragic mulattoes. You make a good point, and that's the kind of key thing is that they can't, they don't have another culture they can tap into, and they don't have the basically the vernacular and nomenclature and lexicon. Like a guy like me, I can be surrounded by white people. I can, Caucasian Americans, I can speak their language, be on their wavelength. Now, where the problems typically come in is this the race, the competition, this race competition. Once a lot of white Americans, they start talking to me more and they realize I'm more eloquent than them. I have a larger vocabulary than them. I can express. See, then a lot of times they kind of get intimidated by a smooth talking mulatto, like a Barack Obama character, right? I'm not saying all, but a lot of them, they will get intimidated. When they see you, they're like, oh, what is this kind of brown skinned person, half Negro? He speaks better English than me, right? There's a lot of them. I'm serious. This is real shit. A lot of you mulattoes listen to me. You know it. Like they'll get kind of intimidated. There's a lot of anger they'll have. They'll be intimidated. They're like, oh, this guy speaks better English than me. But nevertheless, okay, there is some competition that does arise there, but I can still speak their language in ways that a lot of these kind of light-skinned blacks who grew up with nothing but blacks, they can't speak the same way. They don't have the same tonality, the intonation, the lexicon is just the vernacular is not the same. Like, yeah, they got the hood swag, they can talk with the blacks and all that stuff. Okay, cool, yeah. But when you come into the outside of the community with these other groups, then it's like, yeah, the hood swag is not really that relevant. But you kind of make a point. They can't dip into another culture. That's the kind of key thing. And a lot of them, what they do is they want to drag you back in to identify as black. So they'll try to confuse you with the whole see to your father argument, or that your race is still black. You're just, it's like, no, 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 no. Your race is black. You're light skinned black. Your race is the black. My race is mulatto. And a lot of them, they kind of have an issue. They don't want to accept that there's guys out here just like me, and gals and women. But yeah, it's always been that way when I've looked at these discussions with the whole light skin and the mixed and all this stuff. They want to try to bring mulattoes under them into their group so they can serve black people, and I'm just one guy. Like, I'm not having it. I'm my own shit out here, and I'm not the only one. I got people who listen to me. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end things actually right now, guys. I got a lot of your comments as usual. It's like, damn, I really love and appreciate the fact you guys are engaged, right? It lets me know that what I'm doing is actually you know worthwhile. But it's kind of getting late. It's like, damn, I was only hoping to be up here for like 30 minutes, an hour at best, but I'm looking at all these comments. It's like, yeah, I got to kind of get the hell out of here. I got a student I have to attend to in a few hours or several hours, and I want to make sure I'm prepared and give this gentleman his money worth for the lesson. So I want to make sure I get good rest and have a good breakfast and all that stuff. Let me see. Real Housewives of Potomac. Shout out to Angst Vision. Did you see black people complaining that breakdancing being ADOS? Yeah, I saw. I shared a Japanese woman who won. I didn't see too many black people complaining, but I kind of shared it on my community wall just as kind of like a, I guess you could say, some slight shade, right? Where it's like, it is an ADOS invention. Black people invented, created the whole breakdancing, that art that's, tied to hip hop for sure. It's kind of bizarre how that ended up in the Olympics. It's like, really? Like, breakdancing's cool. When I was a kid in the 90s, I was doing breakdancing. So breakdancing was still a thing kind of in the 90s, but it kind of fizzled off. But it is a black invention, Black American, or ADOS as you put here. But yeah, the first time they hosted it in the Olympics, they gave a gold medal to a Japanese person. It's kind of funny. So I laughed at that, but it's just yeah. I don't know. There's nothing else to say. I'm just kind of surprised they actually have breakdancing in the Olympics. They're going to have cross dressing in the Olympics pretty soon. I mean, the way it's been looking at this whole Paris Olympics fiasco, it's like, yeah, pretty soon they're going to have a drag show, Olympics, and all this stuff. Mixed race Black Americans will be the first to get real. They have a different history and experience. People like Lena Horne and Rosa Parks are the same. Interesting. The only thing I wish America had is a metro system to connect every state. I love driving because I race on tracks, but I don't like long distance travel. The long distance travel, you know what? I like driving up through California up to Oregon. I like going to Crater Lake, Southern Oregon. That's a nice drive for me. I'll drive through the 5 cut off, and or actually the is it the 185, I believe? I forgot the road. I haven't been on it in a couple years. I think it's the 185 that goes up through California, through Yosemite. I think it is 185. I gotta make sure. Oh yeah, what is it? Or is it 395? 185. What is it? Alameda County. Looking at this map here, let me check. The 5 freeway, and it's the it's been so long since I took that road. Let me double check. 395, that's what it is. It's a 395 highway in California. I'd take that one. I've took it several times. It's been a few years, that's why I kind of forgot. When it's vertical, the interstate highways, they go by 5, right? And in California, yeah, 395 through the desert over to Yosemite and goes up to Lake Tahoe, and I can then from Tahoe I can drive over to the 5, go up to Oregon. So I do like doing the long distance drives, especially out there in California, because you see the nature is pristine. Definitely the best part of America. You have good, nice people. You have a lot of bad people in America, but you do have a lot of good people, and I think the nature is the best aspect of what the nation has to offer. The land, especially where I'm from, out west. So the 395, see the Yosemite and all the forests and all the stuff out there. I do like doing those long drives. Those are nice. But driving through Vegas, I think it's like what, the 15 or something. Doing the drives from like LA to Vegas or to Phoenix or something, the deserts, those aren't nice. Those aren't really that pleasant, to be honest with you. Driving through the desert. Yeah, I think I'm gonna kind of close it out now. Let me see what we got here. A couple. Yeah, the Hodge twins, they identify as just like light skinned blacks, but they're kind of like they call like biracial hillbillies, so to speak. Both of their parents are mixed. They're clearly mulatto, but I don't listen to those guys, so I don't even care. It's not my cup of tea. Learn the history of the world. The historically mulatto parents produce mulatto children. Yes, I know. I just shared Zoe Kravitz. She has 2 mulatto parents, and she's a mulatto. Like, she looks like her mom. I can share that again because I have that. That's why I share that often. I say, like, if you're mulatto and you want a child that to look like you're gonna have to get a mulatto partner. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Like, every other race understands that. Black people understand that. White people understand that. Asians, Latinos. It's the same with us, with mulatto. If you want your offspring, your children to look like you're gonna need a mulatto partner. Like, and this is the best example, Zoe Kravitz, right? And I think I did share in one with her. It's like a black and white image. There's a ton of other images you can share. It's the same thing with this couple too, Alicia Keys and Swiss Beats. And let me just share this real quick. I know I have it on this. Here we go, right here. You see Lisa Bonet in the middle, Zoe Kravitz here, and then you have Lenny Kravitz. Yeah, this is it. Like, and she looks just like her mom. Like, it's so beautiful. But she needed a mulatto man to produce a daughter who's in her image. This is how the process works. Every group understands this. you know. So this is definitely something that I promote and share. I want to replicate. Like, and of course, with the audience here, you guys seem to agree as well. With that 90, can you guys see that? Oh, let me zoom it in. I got a lot of likes for this post. You guys can see that, right? 213 likes. So this post compared to all my other posts got a lot of engagement. A lot of people liked it. Kind of a fuzzy image. It's not that clearly, it's black and white. And but a lot of people just the basic message, love, right? Mulatto family here. And you guys agree. I mean, looking at the numbers here, 213 likes. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, mulatto parents produce mulatto children. There's no disagreement over here. You put here, light skinned blacks can only be allies, but they are mulatto exactly. And that's the thing. Like, and you have to kind of draw the line and be firm. I try to be diplomatic as possible. And that's the thing. Like, they have their own battle because they still operate within the framework of the black community. That's their people. That's their race. They have to figure it out with them. Like, that's like, we're not the same. And I know people don't want me to say that, but it's the truth. And I try to be as diplomatic as possible, but it's like, well, you identify with those people. That's your group. I don't. I don't identify with those people. Like the video I did earlier, where they were like, I don't identify with those black males. They're not my people. But they're talking about biracials. So then, okay, now the biracials, we're listening. Now we're going to respond. But yeah, a lot of the light skinned blacks, like they identify with those people. And that's where, okay, well, mulatto is specific to individuals who have a white and black parent or two mulatto parents. Exactly. That's the clear cut definition. I think, yeah, the katana sword. You said the Japanese woman, she had a katana sword, but she was very elegant, right? You look at her kimono in the autumn leaves, and she even had a sword, a katana sword, had a weapon, but she still looks very feminine and elegant. And all those are still on my community wall. But this light-skinned black femcel that's living in Japan was trying to act like I deleted all of them, but she exposed herself for being a creepy stalker. She's been watching my shit for the past year. See, that was 8 months ago that I posted that image of that Japanese woman. So that individual, this weird femcel with her incel buddy from Louisiana, has been like stalking me that long, watching all my shit. I'm like, I don't even watch. I went to her channel and it's like this pink crap, and she's like with the Asian women and pretending that like that all these women are all the same. They're all light skinned. I'm like, what the hell? No, they're not. A light skinned black is not the same as a Japanese woman. What the hell are you talking about? That is some confused slave shit to me. I mean, and she's gonna try to turn around and be like, the mixed people or the confused people. Okay, give me a break, man. Give me a fucking break. Sitting here talking about, you know, just the self-hater shit with these people, with those people, I should say, is just it's out of this world. I remember those pictures and like them, admiring them afar is okay and definitely preferable to trying to break into others' cultures like she's doing. Yeah, she moved all the way to Japan to try to pretend like she's a part of their culture. And they don't accept her as she's black. She's not one of them. I'm just sitting here like I took Aikido classes a while back. I took some Japanese classes. I made a lot of Japanese friends, and I'm like, look, I love their culture. I respect it. I love Dragon Ball Z. That's like the extent of anime that I do like is like Dragon Ball Z, but also Detective Conan is one of my favorites as well. But like they have a lot of great aspects of their culture that I admire, and they know it. I mean, I got a lot of friends of them, but it's yeah, I'm not trying to pretend like we're the same people. Like that femcel is gonna like pretend like, or she's gonna say Japanese women are the most feminine. Yeah, and there's a lot of men who will agree with that. And as I said in my video, guys like what they like. Like there's guys who are just fixated on a specific aesthetic and phenotype. Like there's guys who just like white women. There's guys who just they want a white woman, and there's guys who just want a Latina. There's guys who just want an Asian. Like I don't know, it's very subjective because even like you could talk about the whole passport bro shit, And like the region that a lot of the passport bros they go to in Dominican Republic, it's called Sosua, which is like a beach. It's a beach in the northern part of the island, which I didn't go to. I was in Punta Cana and Santo Domingo, the capital, but most of the passport bros they go to Sosua in Dominican Republic, and when if you just go on YouTube and you type in or like search passport bro or Sosua, and you see these thumbnails of these videos, and like the women that I see, they look very cartoonish, and these are from the guys. These are like Black American guys who post these videos of Sosua, these like passport bro guys. But I'm looking at these women, like these are not my type, bro. Like the cartoonish shit where it's like a big old fake butt and just looking kind of ghetto with the big butt and you know, very busty with the big chest. And trust me, I like big boobs, I like big butt. I'm a guy, but like when I'm looking at the thumbnails of the videos or like Sosua, it's like I can just do a quick search. Like, let me show you guys what I'm talking about so you guys get a kind of image of that. So, Sua, you can just do like a quick Google search as I did. Do like, you can type in Sosua passport, or not even passport, bro. Let me share with you guys what I'm saying. You can just put Sosua. I put Sosua, Dominican Republic, and even the thumbnail you see there, like the chick kind of looks cartoonish, very animated, big old fake butt. Like, look at this right here, Sosua. Look at the hips, like the big butt. Like, that's just not my type. Like, and I like, women with curves and a big butt and stuff like that. But I'm like looking at it, like with the tattoos and shit and the big butt. It's like that. This type of female, that's not my type. I like a more natural look. That's just me. Like I said, guys like what they like, but there's a lot of Black American men or males, they like this type of aesthetic. They like this type of female. This is 3 days ago. 136,000 views. He's puts why there's nothing like Sosua Beach, Dominican Republic. I wasn't out there. I was in Punta Cana. But I'm a passport bro because I'm a man with a passport. That you see, that's the kind of culture you're in right now. A man with a passport. Yeah, this is it. So like say, look at even that right there. Look at this woman, Sosua. Look at her big, like, you know, that's what it is. I see a lot of that in the thumbnails where it's like kind of cartoonish. I just want to share with you guys that, like, that's, for me, that's kind of not my thing. Whatever. Would I entertain her? Yeah, whatever. If I'm at a bar or something like that, but just more natural. As long as she's feminine, is a woman, she's feminine, she smells nice, has good hygiene, like that's pretty much it. She's mulatto, then it's like curly hair. I'm all in. I read a liberal article that said blacks get high blood pressure due to racism. Yeah, they're pushing that now. They're saying because of the stress. It's stress induced high blood pressure because of racism in society. Yeah, it's pretty bad. And I live on an American military base in Germany. Entire life in the military, residing in Europe doesn't make a difference. Okay, there's a lot of comments, guys. I'm just scrolling through it. I think I see Abby. I'll give Abby a shout out. Shout out to you, Abby. Mulatto is Italian and African, right? Just like the gentleman I shared earlier. I think Gus is his name from Breaking Bad, right? And there's obviously a lot of you guys. A lot of you guys have a lot of representation. The kind of Black and Italian. You put here, I've only timed out trolls, and I honestly couldn't tell if Cologne was a troll. They kept talking about light skinned blacks and they kept trying to argue. Yeah, there's a lot of comments. I can't get to all of them. I'm just going to read like a couple more and then kind of close this out. The internet is a giant encyclopedia. Replying on YouTube users to interrupt information for you is silly. Go to the source. There's a Wikipedia page about mulattoes and cited sources. Start there. I think you're kind of replying to someone else's comment. Yeah, yesterday was crazy. After that almost 5-hour live stream yesterday, it's best to turn it in early tonight. Yeah, I'm going to do that like right now. I see a bunch of comments. I'll finish off with Val's comment. I like this one right here. It says, she's saying she's fit, feminine, and unfriendly. Nice. Nice. Yeah. That's good. That's something to be proud of. The fact that you're mulatto, be proud of that, please, because you're going to let other people are going to see that. They're going to be proud of you, right? Like I said, for me, the inspiration for even for me, I can say, was with the Miss Mulatto, right? Like a few years ago, several years ago, I saw her like through the algorithm through YouTube, and I saw her video pop up. I saw her title, her stage name. I was like, wow, this is like a representation. We need representation. She was representation at that time. I didn't see anything like, of course, I know who Drake was and J. Cole and some other people, right? But like just the name, her stage name, Mulatto, was like that really like signaled to me, like finally, like somebody is speaking our language. Like there was no extra detail or information needed. I already knew what she represented. So like I'm saying for you, Val, other ladies, whatever listening, like just being proud to be mulatto, holding that up, being proud of that, like you're gonna inspire a lot of people. And there's more women than men. There's more of you than there are guys. So you're gonna inspire some people, and it's good. It's good. I definitely love to see it, and I want to promote it. Okay, guys, I'm gonna get out of here, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.